That Hello and welcome to an episode of Drinking the Kool-Aid. This is a comedy podcast dedicated to the mysterious. My name is Cassidy.
That makes me Amanda.
And welcome to beautiful April.
Beautiful April, episode 303.
And we're recording this on the 3rd. 333.
What does that mean for us?
Girl, I don't know, but it's got to be good because I'm having the best week of my fucking life.
Cassidy?
And 3 is my lucky number. Let the record show.
Is it?
Yeah. 3 and 9, which is three times.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
Okay, so something good already did happen to you today.
I've been having the best week ever. I mean, okay, everyone, if you don't listen to Things Are Getting Weird, go.
Yes.
Listen to our episode this week. We got to interview my favorite author like ever. And he had the best stories. He was the coolest guy ever.
And let me tell you guys something. Even if you've never read any of his books or aren't an avid reader, he was just so interesting to listen to. He was so nice. He had really great stories, like Cassidy just said. We talked about cryptids.
Mm-hmm.
So like there's something in there for everybody. And also, if you're like me, based off that conversation, it made me want to immediately go run and read some of his books.
Yeah, I definitely think we're going to have to do some of his books for book club this year.
Absolutely,
for sure.
Because even just the way he was telling us how he researches for his books and writes them and his process. I was like, oh my gosh, like you're amazing.
Yeah. No, he was so cool and he was so nice. And it was like one of those things where I was really nervous because, like sometimes you have somebody you really look up to or whatever. And then you meet them and you're like, oh, they're kind of a dick. Right. Or like they're kind of a dud. Mm-hmm. And he was just everything and more. He was so great.
He was amazing.
I was like on cloud 9. And
it was really sweet too. It was really like, it was just so, because Cassidy does not get like starstruck. She doesn't get like, you guys know how I am. I'm always excited about everything. She doesn't really get like that. And I could just see the twinkle in her eye the whole time we were talking. At one point she held my hand. Like she's just I literally was like, I can't
believe this is happening right now. This is crazy.
So it was really cute.
Yeah, he was just great. And definitely if you haven't read any of his books and you like, he literally writes crime. He writes, horror, he writes sci-fi, he writes thriller, comic books, like all this stuff. There's something for everybody.
TV now, like yeah, he's great.
Yeah. But yes, so that was really cool. And then so I was like already like on cloud 9 yesterday after that interview. And then I get to my in-laws' house and my fiance goes, "Oh, it sucks I didn't get picked to like for the raffle for the LA 28. Which is the Olympics. Because so basically you can sign up if you're a local and you have to have like a local address to the city. You could sign up for a raffle and you get like early access to deeply discounted tickets. Like I'm talking these tickets go from like $400 to $25.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why it's a raffle.
Okay. I didn't know they were that cheap.
Yes. And so I signed up a while ago and they kind of send emails every once in a while, just like random stuff. So I don't really open them anymore. Because I was like, yeah. I figured it would be like, congratulations if I got it.
Like the first line. So you'd be like, okay, that's me. I should open that.
And so I got an email that was like, get ready. Tickets are about to go on sale. And I like saw it, but I like didn't think that much of it because I was like, oh, tickets are probably just in general going on sale.
Right.
But no, my fiance goes, no, Cassidy, that's the raffle tickets. You won. And so I opened the email and I'm like, oh my gosh, I won. What events do I buy? What do I do? Like I'm going to the Olympics. The Olympics. Like the Olympics that they've been doing.
like those Olympics, like yes. The Olympics.
And I didn't know how much they were going to cost, right? There's nothing. So I'm like, there's no way I'm going to be able to afford any of this, even like discounted.
I thought they were like thousands of dollars.
They normally are.
Yeah.
Like there were for the opening ceremony, the cheapest ticket was $2,500, even with the raffle.
Holy moly.
Yeah. And most of the stuff, and it's probably just because it's so busy, like with what I won, you couldn't get any gymnastics, none of like none of the equestrian, none of the stuff that like sells out to the rich people. Yeah, because they were like, yeah, we're not gonna give that to you poors
for $25.
Well, it ranged. I mean, even like the cheapest ticket for the track and field that I wanted to see was $400.
Wow.
Yeah, for a ticket. And so I was like, okay, so I don't get to see track and field.
That's so crazy.
And like obviously the medal ceremonies are way more expensive than like the prelims and all this stuff. So I tried to do like a mix because you can only buy 12 tickets.
Okay.
Right. And you can buy them. And there's also weird restrictions. Like I tried to get another event that I wanted to do, but I could only buy one ticket. And I was like, I don't want to go alone, you know? But I was able to get tickets to beach volleyball.
Which is here.
Yes. All the events that I bought are in Long Beach except for one.
Nice.
Yeah. So I will be able to walk to them, which is even better. So beach volleyball, golf.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's the men's like prelim opening. So it's all of the golfers. It's an all-day event.
I didn't even know golf was in the Olympics. So that's interesting and cool.
Yeah. Beach volleyball, golf, water polo.
Okay.
Which Andrew played water polo in high school. And so I was like, I thought that'd be a fun one.
Yeah.
I got tickets to, what was the other one? Oh, like sprinting, kayaking, canoeing.
Okay.
Which and it was like the quarterfinals or whatever. So I was like, I feel like that's like an exciting one.
That is exciting.
Yeah.
I just, once again, did not know any of those events were involved in the Olympics. Yeah. I really clearly don't know much about
there was
it.
Once again, there was no swimming available for me to buy. Like not even expensive, like just none. Like the option did not exist. And then I got women's handball, and that's the gold silver game. So we get to be at the medal ceremony.
Ooh.
And that's exciting because it's on Andrew's 40th birthday.
What? Okay, that is cool.
Yeah. And the one request Andrew had is he was like, if you can manage it, because we knew that those games were going to be more expensive. And he was like, if you can manage it, if you can find it so we can see a medal ceremony, I don't even care what it is. Like, that'd be so cool. And I love women's handball. It's super, super fun. It's literally like soccer, but with their hands.
Yeah.
And it's really fun. It's super competitive every year because there's like 4 really good teams that always end up like first, second, third, fourth, but it's competitive. So that'll be really fun too. And it's on Andrew's 40th birthday.
What more could you ask for?
Isn't that exciting?
That is very exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. And then one of my best friends, one of my bridesmaids, just texted me right now and she said, I got picked and I have a window tomorrow to buy tickets. And so I sent her screenshots of everything we're going to.
You better go to the ones I'm going to, babe.
Well, because her and her husband love to golf. So I was like, we're going to the men's golf one if you want to do that. And that was one of the cheaper tickets because it's just a standing room only.
Yeah.
Like it's not like a seated ticketed event, right? And then she also randomly was like, oh, I actually really wanted to see water polo and I really wanted to see the sprint canoeing. And I was like, here are the ones I'm going to. Well, I got 4 tickets. Like I said, it was only 12 tickets. So that was a hard part too. And you only have 30 minutes. So
Did you know you had 30 minutes?
I was like literally shaking, stressing out so bad. And I had promised Kate and Connie, because they had promised me the same thing. If they won, we would all go to a beach volleyball game together. That was the one thing. Because I was like, I don't know how the tickets are going to work. I don't know how much they're going to be. But we all need to try to do beach volleyball together. And I got 4 tickets to that, luckily. Yeah. Because like I said, I wanted to go to a different thing and it was like 1 ticket. That was all I was allowed to buy. And I was like, I'm really nervous in crowds already. And like when I'm doing things I'm not used to, I get really uncomfortable. I can't imagine going to the Olympics alone.
No. I can't imagine going to the Olympics at all, frankly. And I will be somewhere else. So I will be watching you guys from afar with my wine and cheersing and excited for you guys.
Well, that's why I'm happy. All of the events that we're doing, except for golf, which is up like near Beverly Hills, they're all in Long Beach. So I'll be able to walk. Because parking and driving and everything is going to be $1 million.
A nightmare.
Yeah.
Here.
So we'll just be able to walk over, like everything's at like Belmont Shore. The beach volleyball is literally right down like a mile from me.
Yeah.
Like right down at that part of the beach by Gaucho Grill.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like super easy, like a 10-minute walk for me.
Yeah, I love it. I'm excited for you.
I'm very excited.
Now let's just hope that the water wars don't happen.
If you guys start the freaking water wars, I swear to God.
Because every time I'm excited about something, Cassidy goes, well, hopefully the water wars don't happen and then we can't do that. So now I'm going to say the same thing to you for the next 2 years.
No, when I bought them, I was like, Andrew, this is basically insurance for our marriage, at least the first 2 years of our marriage, because we cannot break up unless you don't want to go to the Olympics, bitch.
And, typically if you're going to get, like a lot of people do get divorced within the first year or 2 of their marriage.
Well, when I called him to tell him the ones that I got, he was so excited. He was like, I can't wait to brag to all my friends, because he had told his friends that I got it and they were like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And
especially because they all golf too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And they're all just big sports fans
and
sports gamblers. And Yeah. So when and I called him on the phone, I go, "Isn't this great? I was getting really depressed thinking about how soon the wedding's going to be over, but now we have things to look forward to for the next 2 years because we have the wedding, and then we're not doing our honeymoon until either the end of this year or even maybe next year, like next summer, and then we're gonna have the Olympics the next summer." Like I'm like, wow, we have reasons not to kill ourselves for like
Honestly,
a
that's
solid 2.5 years right now.
That's so smart though, because do you remember how depressed I was? Me and Sam were depressed after our wedding.
That's why I that is actually your experience is why I was like, I don't want to go on the honeymoon right after the wedding, because you packed everything into 2 weeks.
I did.
Where you had the week of the wedding and then the week of your honeymoon, and then it was like the biggest crash I've ever seen. Like
it was bad. Like me and Sam were like clinically depressed for a month after we got home.
You kept being like, I think I hate being married.
Because it was just
and I was like, no, I think you just did all the fun stuff, and now you're like, oh, cool. Now I just have to like live with this man for the rest of my life.
I mean, not like I wasn't living with him for 6 years before that.
Be like, this is it. Now what? You know?
It's true. Like me and him both kind of had that, and we were like, commiserating together, which was also nice because we were both depressed.
Yeah.
But it was like it really is crazy. Like you're on when you have such a high.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God, this is peak happiness.
Yeah.
And then it just stops.
Yeah.
And you're like, back to normal life. And you're like, what the fuck is going on now?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And I also I think like for me, it'll be like, okay, I can recover financially a little bit from the wedding to be able to have fun and not be stressed out for the honeymoon. And then, next thing you know, it's the Olympics, and I'm going to the Olympics. I literally cried.
Going to the Olympics.
I literally cried after.
I know you literally sent me a voice memo, and you were like, "I'm shaking, I'm freaking out," and I was like, "What is happening?"
Well, let me explain to you this fucking website. I don't know who designed this, but you need to be held in contempt. Like you need to be brought in front of a judge or a jury of your peers.
Oh my gosh,
it was so confusing and difficult to use, the entire website, right? And like, you could search, like there were some things that were cool about it. Like you could search for, there's different areas, right? Like I was like, oh, I'll go to the Long Beach ones and see, because obviously I would rather go to the ones in Long Beach and make that part easier than whatever. And so go to the Long Beach, whatever. But they're like, the way it's all written out was like confusing, and
to only have 30 minutes, probably really stressful.
So once you put a ticket in your basket, you have 30 minutes, and then it gets rid of the ticket. They hold it for you for 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
But once it goes away, if other people want them, then you lose it.
Right.
And so whatever, I finally fill it up, and I'm also stressing out because I don't know what half these things are. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, what's a slalom or what? I don't know. I'm like,
girl, you're asking the wrong person.
And I'm like, and I'm thinking, oh, maybe gymnastics. There's no gymnastics. It's just rhythmic gymnastics. I'm like, what's that? And so I finally like fill up my cart. You're allowed to get 12. I have 12, and I'm like, they're moderately priced, so I'm not like giving an arm and a leg here. And I go to checkout, and I'm hitting the button to like bring me to checkout.
Yeah,
and it's not working.
Oh my gosh!
And the countdown is going, and it's at 1:19.
No,
and then I have to search on the LA 28 website. What if it like isn't working? Whatever, and they're like, oh, you have to zoom out. If like some people, the browser is weird. You have to zoom out on your browser. And so I'm zooming out, and it's not enough. I have to zoom out like 6 times to finally get the button to work.
This is like an Olympic sport on its own.
By the time I get it zoomed out enough, 45 seconds left, and I have to get to the payment part in enough time in 45 seconds, or else I lose all my tickets, and I have to go either re-add them in, but if they're gone, they're gone. It was literally that's why I was like, I was shaking.
Yeah.
I was sweating. I did go take a shower after. It was crazy.
I think you won a gold medal in getting Olympic tickets.
Yeah, right.
Personally.
Yeah, it was great. And I love women's sports, so I'm really excited that I'm going to be able to get to see a medal ceremony for a woman.
No, that's
for women's
amazing.
Sports. Yeah.
I'm very excited for you.
Yeah. Woo! The Olympics. Like, guys, like the Olympics. Because it costs thousands of dollars to go to the Olympics. And I'm going for like nothing, basically.
I'm trying to be in like fucking Italy or something when this goes around, because I don't want to be here.
It's going to be, and it's all month.
Yeah.
And there's so many things. It's at like 8 different locations in Long Beach alone.
Yeah, I'm gonna be somewhere else.
Yeah.
So
actually,
I guess I can look forward to that.
I was gonna say you probably shouldn't be. You'll probably make a lot of money that weekend. Yeah. or that month. It's a whole month. I don't know why I said weekend like it's not an entire month.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could go away for a week.
Yeah, then you just only have to deal with it the other 3 weeks. But yeah, so July 2028, everybody. Don't start the water wars before then.
You guys, please.
Actually, it's a little preview to my story, so I'll bring it up.
The water wars?
You'll know it when you know it.
Oh boy. It always comes back to the water wars.
Always
I swear
comes
to
back to the
God.
water wars.
At least with you it does.
Listen, I'm very concerned about them.
I know.
And I have been for years.
All the cool kids know.
Once I found out what the Coca-Cola company was doing to India's water wells, I was like, oh, we're so over. It's
No.
Jover.
No, pleise no. I can't. I can't hear about it. We're in a good mood.
I'm in a very good mood.
Let's keep that up.
I've just had a great week, which is, feels good. Yeah.
It does feel good.
Yeah.
And let's continue this.
I needed a win,
A win's a win.
Mm-hmm.
And I need this to continue for the next 2 weeks.
I think we can manage that.
Speaking of, do you want a little gift?
Oh, yeah, always.
So this is from Mia and Carly, and they got you something.
You got me something in particular? Okay.
Uh-huh. Here you go.
And it's in this box.
I did open it.
Okay. Yes, you did. It is. Oh, I'm going to cry. Oh, are you joking my ass?
So let me read the little card. It says, "Hey, Cassidy, heard you mention this musical a lot, and when I found it at the thrift store, I had to get it. Raised Catholic and only vaguely spiritual, now I am very familiar with loving some religious-centered things. Hope this makes it safe from STC, St. Louis?
Yeah.
Love, Mia and Carly, a.k.a. Beef Pod and Crotch Crumbs."
Oh, I love them.
Yeah.
Guys, this is a VHS copy of Jesus Christ Superstar that I'm holding in my hands right now. This is amazing. Oh my gosh. And do you want to know what's crazy? I'd just been talking about how I want to get a VHS player because I want to start collecting VHS because there's so much lost media because the way streaming works now.
And here's your first
and here's
one.
the first part of my collection.
Oh my God.
Wow, thank you guys. This is the best present ever. Oh my gosh, that's so
I'm
sweet.
continuing. I mean, not me. I'm not. Obviously, Mia and Carly are, but I'm helping to contribute to your great week.
Yes, I'm having the best week.
Yay!
I'm afraid to jinx it, but I'm having a really good week.
Don't. Maybe knock on wood. Yeah.
Was that a good knock?
I think so.
This is amazing. Thank you guys so much. You have no idea. That's so thoughtful. There's something so pleasant when somebody gets you like a dumb little thing that like, like it's just a thrift store. It's probably like $3 or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But the idea that they saw and thought about me is like,
no, it's
so meaningful. And now I'm
literally
gonna think about that every time I look at this.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you so much. That's so wonderful. Yeah. We also got these stickers in the mail.
Oh yes, from Brianna, I think. Obviously it says, "The only ice I like is the ice that my gay hockey boyfriends skate around." I immediately put that on my laptop. And we also got these little skull glasses, but I don't know who they're from. So if they're from you, please send us a message.
Oh, yeah, let us know. Yeah, there is no card or anything.
No.
Huh? Yeah.
But
they're
so
really cute. They look like little absinthe glasses. They're adorable.
Do, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Thanks, guys.
Did you get tricked by anything for April Fools?
Oh my God. Okay. It wasn't necessarily an April Fool's joke. Well, first of all, I did think the Summer House drama was April Fool's, which it was not.
Which go on our Patreon.
Mhm.
There's a video of it, Amanda. If you need to know the tea on that, because I had no idea what the fuck was going on. I didn't know who these people are. She explained it, and let me tell you, it is juicy.
It is juicy with a capital J. Fucking Amanda Batula giving Amanda's a bad name in the press right now.
Well, the craziest thing was like 2 weeks ago, I had sent something and been like, can somebody explain this to me in the group chat? Because I don't watch reality TV, but when something really big happens, I want to know.
Yeah.
I don't want to be left out. It was the same thing with Scandal, right?
Yeah.
Like I needed to know.
You can't be left out of this.
It was a cultural moment.
Yeah.
And Amanda goes, "Oh, there's no way that's true. People are saying that, but she would never do that. That's her best friend. That's like saying that you would sleep with Sam, Cassidy." And I was like,
I'm literally so embarrassed because I was in the group chat going, "You guys, there's no way these rumors are true. Like, trust me, absolutely not." And then I was eating my words 3 days later. So
yeah,
that happened. But no, I wasn't tricked on anything like April Foolsy, but I got tricked by an AI video.
Oh.
And it really embarrassed me.
Somebody called the retirement home. We gotta put grandma away.
That was literally what my husband said. He goes, Amanda, that's AI. And I said, how is that AI? What are you talking about? He goes, it literally says AI down
Stop,
here.
not that it said AI in the corner.
And I didn't see it. It was a video of a dog like doing something funny. And I thought it was so cute.
Yeah, if you see any sort of animal doing something that you're like, haha, that animal shouldn't be doing that, just assume it's AI at this point.
I was so embarrassed. He was like, okay, grandma, how do you not know that? So I'm just never going to believe anything I see on the internet ever again.
Yeah.
So thanks AI.
Yeah.
Really, truly. Did you get tricked?
There was like a headline that I saw that I sent to Kate, and she goes, "It's April 1st. Don't believe any of that shit." She was like, she's very convinced that she's gonna get fooled on April Fool's Day, and I just totally forget that April Fool's Day exists because it's not a real thing to me. To me, it's just Connie's birthday.
That's true. It is our friend's
Happy
birthday,
Connie. But now I can't even remember what it was. It was like a casting announcement for something. It was what's his name? Jonathan Bailey
was in Heated Rivalry 2.
He followed the casting director for Heated Rivalry or the director or something on Instagram.
Yeah, and that they were like,
but I don't know.
Speculating.
I still don't know if it's true or not.
Listen, if it's true, I will be the happiest woman on the planet.
I think is he Canadian?
I don't know. He's British.
Oh, okay. Shows you what I know.
At first I was like, is he? No, he's British.
They have to hire Canadian actors because it's paid, the company that produces it is paid for by the Canadian government.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So he probably can't be in it.
That makes sense. You know who could be in it though?
Who?
Any of our Degrassi alumni.
Oh my gosh,
they should join.
The way I was watching, I saw like a preview for that new. It's the jury duty show, whatever the new one is. They're like at a camp
company
or whatever.
retreat.
And one of the guys looks like Shane if he was in a fake beard and or had a wig.
You were like, is this Spinner?
I literally had to Google it. And then I was like, oh no, this guy just looks like he could be his brother.
Yeah.
Like he looks like he could be like his big brother or something. Yeah. It was like very shocking. Because like I know him and I've seen him, like
I was gonna say we've literally talked to him.
Yeah, and I've seen his face recently, so it's like I know what he looks like. I was like, I swear that's him, but it was not him. I also have face blindness.
I was gonna say you're also face blind, so
dude,
you really never know with you. I feel like
my Google search history. Just throw my phone off of a bridge.
What are you Googling,
girl? I don't even know. So for my story. Last night I was trying to look something up and I forgot like the name of the person, and I was like, okay, I know I Googled him recently, so I'm just gonna look in my Google search history. Yeah. And I was like, who is this girl? And why
sometimes I get so nervous.
Why can't I spell?
Sometimes I get so nervous because I Google really fucking weird shit, and we share a Google account for the Drinking the Kool-Aid. And so sometimes I'm like, Cassie is gonna see this really weird fucking thing that I Googled.
Don't worry, I'm not on that Google account on my phone. But I don't. I also Googled the CB Buckmore ump scorecard. It's just some old guy that I got obsessed with because he's really bad at his job. The Magicians. I Googled the Magicians 4 times in a row. I also Googled Christy Nome 3 times in a row. I don't even know who Ivy Wolk is. Somebody said that name to me and I was trying to figure out who she is. And so I Googled Ivy Wolk controversy, Ivy Wolk tweets, Ivy Wolk parents, Ivy Wolk and Finn Wolfhard relationship.
Wow.
Because I think I typed in Ivy Wolk and then was just clicking on the suggested searches.
I was going to say, you got invested.
I still don't know who she is.
I don't know who that is either.
Comedian Dane Cook movies. Why did I have to put comedian?
Good luck, Chuck.
I didn't know who Dane Cook was a comedian. They're gonna be like, oh, not Dane Cook the scientist? You meant the comedian movies, not the scientist movies. Oh, okay. Yeah. Henry Cavill reloading arms. Henry Cavill reloading arms GIF. Henry Cavill reloading arms picture / GIF.
Listen, you have an eclectic history that you're trying to look at.
Lot of escape room Googling.
That checks out.
This was last week.
That checks out.
Yeah. So big week for me
big
on
week
Google.
For you.
And I was just like, I couldn't even tell you like what half that stuff was.
I still don't know who Ivy Wolf is or whatever.
I saw a picture of her and I was like, I think I know who that is. Because I think
tells me you don't.
I think she was on that show that I never watched, but that you watched.
Yeah, what?
Where there's like a teacher.
The show where there's a teacher?
Yeah. Could you Google show where there's a teacher? Comedian.
Comedian Ivy Wolf.
Right, she looks like familiar, but I don't know if it's just because she's on Twitter. That's why I Googled Ivy Wolf tweets.
I don't know who this person is.
But she's in that show, the teacher, or the substitute teacher, or whatever.
Is that you texted me and asked me about that show?
That's probably why.
That makes sense. She was in Friendship with Tim Robinson.
Yeah,
and Paul Rudd.
yes, she was. But she was like not a lead character. But
what happened to Ivy Wolf? She deactivated her first TikTok account soon after booking the role in 2019 at the request of Freeform executives.
Oh, that's what it is. She was in Nora.
Yes, she was.
And I did not like that movie.
I didn't see it.
The problem with that movie was like it was fine and it was good and it was funny, but everyone was acting like it won Best Picture, right?
Yes,
and everybody was acting like it was like groundbreaking and amazing, and it was like really not that good. Like it was like good. Like if somebody would have showed it to me, I would have been like, oh yeah, funny movie. But because everyone was like, it's Best Picture, it's groundbreaking, it's so feminist, it's all this stuff, and then I'm watching it and I'm going, it was none of those things.
She was in English Teacher, not
the
teacher.
Okay.
Different shows.
Different shows.
Yeah. I never watched English
Very
Teacher.
similar names.
You're right. You're not wrong, Cassidy.
This is why you have to get really specific with
like comedian Dane Cook.
Comedian Dane Cook movies. Because how else would they know that I'm talking about the comedian Dane Cook?
Also, why were you looking that up? I need to know. Were you trying to watch
Mr. Brooks?
Oh, don't know that one.
I don't either. Andrew was telling me about it, but he couldn't remember the name of it. So that's why I Googled comedian Dane Cook
I only
movies.
know Good Luck Chuck and the grocery store one with Jessica Simpson.
Thought that Good Luck Chuck and
the one with Jessica Simpson and she has big ears under her hair. Remember that one?
I didn't know. I haven't seen
You've
that.
never
Is
seen
that
that
Good
one?
Luck Chuck?
No, that's the grocery store one.
No, I haven't
Let
seen
me
that.
type in comedian Dane Cook.
Could you just give that a quick Google for me?
Wow, he's actually in a lot of movies. That's fucking crazy.
Didn't
expect that.
I thought that Good Luck Chuck and
oh, he's in so much.
Hal. What's that movie?
Shallow Hal.
No. What's that movie with?
Also, Employee of the Month is the one I was thinking of with
Yeah,
Jessica
I've not
Simpson.
seen that.
He's also in My Best Friend's Girl and Waiting. I love Waiting. Wow.
What's that guy who punched that other
Stuck
guy?
in You?
The one who slapped Chris Rock. Will Smith. Hurts? Hals? Hunks? Hitch.
You mean my favorite movie, Hitch?
I thought Hitch and Shallow Hal and
Good Luck
Chuck were the same movie.
I know you did because I was watching Hitch literally 2 weeks ago and you were like, oh, the one with comedian Dane Cook. And I said, no.
Oh, that's one of those comedian Dane Cook movies.
I remember you saying that and you were like, isn't that the one where he sleeps with a bunch of girls? And I said, no, that's Good Luck Chuck.
Then what's the plot of Hitch?
Hitch, oh my gosh. Hitch he's called the Love Doctor, and he basically gets these nerdy guys to come out of their shell and be confident and get the girl of their dreams.
Oh, he's like a pickup artist.
Yeah, pretty much.
Did you ever watch that show?
I'm sorry, I love Hitch. I know I've said it a million times on this podcast. I fucking love Hitch. Don't come for me.
Why would anyone come for you?
I don't know.
Do people not like that? Is it canceled?
No, it's not. But Will Smith did slap Chris Rock at the thing.
I once again pro that.
I know.
I thought it was one of the greatest television moments of all time.
It was pretty good.
And then the reactions from all like the weird white people that were like, he could have killed him. No, he couldn't have, you freak.
He just gave him a little red mark on his face.
You guys live you work in an industry that like exploits young women and like kids are sexually assaulted all the time. And the thing that you're freaked out about is because one grown man kind of slapped another grown man.
It was, oh man, that shit was good. That was golden TV.
That was so golden.
Wow. Those were the days.
Yeah. I remember we talked about this on the podcast a few weeks ago and I said I would love the opportunity. It's an honor to be nominated. Because you said, well, what if he slaps you? This is an honor to be nominated.
It's an honor, Mr. Smith.
That would mean I was at the Oscars.
So true. So true.
And I'm already going to the Olympics. Anything could happen.
You could get slapped at the Olympics.
Oh my gosh, if I get slapped at the Olympics, that would be the best day of my life. If Will Smith slapped me at the Olympics, I'm watching
during the women's
handball.
During their
medal
ceremony, and then as you're getting slapped, you say, "It's all for you, Andrew. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!"
That would be iconic.
That would be the best 40th birthday ever.
That'd be iconic.
Oh my gosh, Will, catch me a line.
Wow,
I've got big plans.
We could probably figure out a way to get in touch with him in the next 2 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
We'll get there.
I could get into some light stalking.
Yeah.
Why not? I need a new hobby anyway.
Honestly, you do.
I'm really bad at crocheting, it turns out. I'm not kidding.
Tried that. Time to go to some light stalking.
I literally tried. Remember, I was bragging about how I got a crocheting kit, and I was like, it's like the super simple, easy way to learn how to crochet. I've tried. I would say no more than 10, but no less than 6.
Is it because you're shaky that you're
No, I can't even get the stitch started. Like, I don't comprehend what I'm doing. They're like, wrap it around here and do this, and then you swipe them, and every time I do it, it just becomes a straight line of string again. It's like some sort of magic that I'm doing.
Maybe you could be a magician.
It just
That's why you Googled magicians 4 times. Magicians.
God almighty.
It wasn't the TV show. It was you trying to Google
me trying to
how to do a magic trick.
Am I magic on it?
Yeah.
I'm so bad at crocheting. Maybe I'm actually really good at magic.
Exactly.
You know, it comes full circle.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I know some people who are really good at some stuff.
Let me know about them.
Yeah. And there are cool kids.
I love our cool kids.
So let's welcome our new cool kids.
Please.
Welcome to Michelle L.
Hi, Michelle.
Welcome back to Green-Eyed Jolie.
Hi, Green-Eyed Jolie.
Who joined for the whole year.
Welcome back.
And welcome to Knack.
Hi, Knack.
Knack. Knack.
I love that.
Knack. Like, you got a knack for that.
Yeah, you got a knack for that.
Like, I have a knack for magic.
Not for crocheting.
But not for crocheting.
Exactly.
I'm really bad, guys. I literally was like, told Kate, because she crochets, I was like, can you just teach me how to start like a chain? It's called like a chain.
Yeah.
And I'm not joking you. No matter, I've watched like 15 YouTube videos, and I'm like, it genuinely made me like reassess how I see myself.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I was like, there's something physically, psychologically, mentally wrong with me that I can't do this, because it shouldn't be this hard. I'm literally I'm watching a video of an 8-year-old do this. She's 8 years old, and she has a YouTube channel. She has more followers than us.
Well, yeah.
And she can do it.
That's not hard to do.
She can do it.
I also have a birthday shout out from one of our cool kids, Shayna. And Shayna sent us a little message and said, "Remember me with the cute white cow?"
Yes.
And I do remember you with the cute white cow.
Yes, you do, Shayna.
How could I forget, actually?
Happy birthday.
Happy freaking birthday. Their birthday was on Easter. So
Fun.
a little belated,
belated
from when this comes out. But happy birthday. We hope you had the best time ever.
Yes.
And I hope you get some discounted Easter candy.
Ooh, yeah. You should treat yourself to that. You deserve it.
Absolutely.
Head on over to CVS or whatever
right.
you've got. Walgreens, maybe.
Not Rite Aid, because that went out of business.
Rite Aid's gone.
It's gone.
I did hear there's like a couple left, but just none by us.
I was going to say, all of ours closed.
Yeah. It sucks, dude. I also have a birthday shout out also.
You do.
And unfortunately, I missed the email. So it is a little belated. The birthday was on March 25th.
Okay.
You might remember this person. Her name is Nicole, and she sent you on Instagram, I believe, the wedding photos, and they had an alpaca and a donkey at their wedding.
Yeah.
And they were wearing tutus and bow ties.
Okay, first of all, how weird is that? We have cow, the white cow with Shayna.
Oh, barnyard animal episode.
And the alpacas with Nicole. That's crazy. And of course I remember every single animal you guys ever sent me.
Yes, and we've shouted out their wedding anniversary a few times as well. Yeah. And so she wanted to shout out her husband, Robert.
Yes.
And she says, my husband's birthday is March 25th. He deserves a shout out this year on his own, not just us as a couple. I could wax poetic and say things like he's my everything, and he is, but he needs his 15 seconds instead. So I'm going to spend it wooing your audience because Robert deserves a little woo. This is a Robert highlight reel from his wife's lips to the world's ears.
Oh my God.
One time about 12 years ago, we were driving in his red Mustang before he got the Corvette. It started the swooning if you're a car person, and a sudden rainstorm caused a tree to fall across the main road. It stalled traffic and flooded the roadway. Robert got out of the car in said traffic, strutted to the problem, and moved the tree with his bare hands.
That's hot.
Saving all of those cars of strangers. Then he just got back in with us and drove away.
Okay, hottie.
I know.
Hottie Robbie.
I know, right? That's what she just said. Like she knew.
And she knew.
The first, she sent some pictures of him and said the first picture is Rob when he rescued a baby bunny, his favorite animal. If he looks tearful, just know it's because he loves them so much.
Oh my God.
There's a photo of him feeding birds at the Pittsburgh aviary. They flocked to him, and he actually got reprimanded by staff because the birds insisted on perching on him. We have a 10-year-old son, brilliant, by the way, and Rob has since birth put him to bed every single night. Bath, book, bed. It's all dad time. He also was the sole fingernail clipper, all of those tiny nails. If you know, you know. We met in a pet store because I was the new manager and he worked for an organic dog food company. Day one, I told him, I think I love that dog food guy. He had great shoes on and was really professional. I was hooked. And then he showed me pictures of his elderly dog, Helga, told me he mows his grandma's grass every Sunday, and walked me to my car in the rain. Time to get rid of those shoes, though, Rob. It's been 16 years.
You got to humble him a little bit. You know what I mean?
Once in a couples ceramics class, that was 100% his idea. An old woman asked me, does he always say the right thing? And yeah, most of the time he does, if I'm being honest. He wants to start a YouTube fishing channel, and he is a master baiter. Fish joke, get it? And if he does, you can bet I'll wear it on a t-shirt because I'll always be his biggest fan. And
oh my God.
Lastly, when I gave up drinking 7 years ago, he quietly did too. He never even mentioned it like it was no big deal, just supported me. Robert Lard, you are a big deal. Funny middle name, so it's okay to say it on the air. Happy birthday to my everything. There, I did say it. And thank you, ladies, for making our Mondays and Wednesdays so amazing. We never miss. Love, Nicole from Pittsburgh. P.S. You should come to a Pirates game for the pierogi races and fireworks.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Ride the incline to go to the Andy Warhol Museum. You both would love Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh would love you and welcome you with open arms.
I've actually been to a Pittsburgh Pirates game.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm jealous.
Long time ago.
I've never been to Pittsburgh.
Oh.
So cute.
My God. Are you kidding?
He has such like just the most wonderful smile. You can tell that he's just like the nicest guy ever.
Look at with all the animals. And I'm sorry, but like if animals flock to you and love you, like obviously you have a good aura.
Green flag.
Yeah. I'm like honored that people like this listen to our show.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
You know what I mean?
I say it every single time. I'm like, we literally have the best fan base, listener base in the world. And
I'm sorry, I'm gonna cry.
And we've met so many cool people, and like seriously, the people we get to interact with are so sweet and cool, and it's just like such a blessing.
No, and and guys, I'm not even drunk. I've had a half a glass of wine, so don't fuck with me.
And she's not on her period either, so
no,
this is literally
this
just
is
genuine,
raw emotion. Okay.
Oh, Green-Eyed Jolie bought us some beers. Said celebrating finally going out after 2 months of taking care of my mom with a broken leg.
Aw.
Good. I'm glad you took care of your mom. See, that's good. That's some good karma right there.
That is.
Mm-hmm. And then we have another person who bought us a beer. Les bought us some beers.
Hi, Les.
And said, you can read all of this. I'd actually prefer if you did. Rest in peace to Marissa.
Oh my gosh.
That was my Amanda to your Cassidy. I taught Marissa how to have her own voice, to stick up for herself. So many people thought that she was a pushover, but I knew better. 12 years of friendship cut short by fentanyl. I met her infant daughter for the first time, and it's like her face was copy and pasted. It hurts so much when the one person you want to tell everything to is gone. She was a proud daughter of a Mexican immigrant who refused to renounce his Mexican citizenship. She was an amazing activist, an amazing voice, and she was my best fucking friend. I quit drinking recently because her death pulled out some ugly scars, but I want people to hear about her and remember her. Use my money to drink whatever you want, eat whatever you want. I don't really care. Just continue spreading the love and the light that you do. This podcast is the only thing that's made me smile or laugh in over a month. Despite the hell that I'm living in, I'm very grateful for y'all. Even before this, I almost died. My soon-to-be ex-husband told me he was divorcing me via my mom, and I had to adjust to a new life. But I couldn't have done any of this without y'all. Thank you. That is
oh my
rough.
God.
And just know, you can still talk to her.
Yeah.
She might not answer in the same way that she used to, But you can still talk to her. That was like one of the things that someone told me when I had someone pass away. They were like, just talk to her. Like when you have something you want to tell her, just say it. Tell her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, I know it doesn't fix everything or whatever, but just remember that you still can talk to her. And thank you so much for honoring your friend and believing in her and wanting the best for her. And I'm really sorry that happened.
Once again, it just like, it means so much to us that we are able to be a little spark of joy in your life during any sort of, hard time.
Yeah. But thank you.
Thank you, Les. We love you.
And no, you're not alone. Yeah. All right. Well, how about now we get started?
Ooh,
yeah.
I just went
to say, do you want to take a little break?
Girl, I just had a roller coaster of emotions.
I know.
Trickle through me.
Happy cry to sad cry to happy cry to sad cry.
So let's do that. Let's get more wine and we'll come back and get started.
We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Amanda has dried her tears.
I have, and I'm going to put wine in my gullet.
That'll help. That always helps. It is Friday after all.
Friday.
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to do one that I genuinely cannot believe you've never done.
That I've never done?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's the Chris Bledsoe prophecy.
Chris Bledsoe. Why does that sound so familiar?
Because this is like a super, super famous alien story.
This might be on my list, actually. So I got to take it off now.
So my source.
Honestly, I was going to do an alien story today. So good
really? That's funny. Yeah. Mel skipped to halfway. So my sources were UFO of God by Chris Bledsoe, an interview on the Y-Files with him, which was like 2.5 hours long. So if you like this story or you're interested in it and you want like more in-depth of him talking about it, it's 2.5 hours long. So I literally could not recap everything that's in it.
God, we love the Y-Files here.
Yeah. And it's a great interview. It's very interesting. And Pathos, an article on Pathos by Tom Rapsas.
Honestly, I trust whatever you're saying.
Yeah, you're like, sounds good. Okay, so Chris Bledsoe, he lives in rural North Carolina, and in 2007, he decides to go fishing one afternoon with his son, Chris Jr., and 3 of his like employees. He's like a contractor.
Okay.
So they had just finished like a job, like rebuilding a roof or something. And they were like, oh, let's go down to the river, like Cape Fear River.
Down to the river.
Yeah. Right.
Sorry, I was really trying to stop myself from singing this week because we sang so much last week, but I can't stop.
And it's so funny because when Amanda listens to podcasts, she's like, they're so annoying. They sing so much.
And here I am.
Meanwhile, cut to her. So, yeah, they are like, okay, let's go set up at Cape Fear River in North Carolina. We're going to do some fishing. Maybe we'll do a bonfire when it starts to get dark, whatever.
Fun.
So he's fishing. There's 5 of them total. The sun starts to go down. They get a bonfire going. And Chris isn't really like actually fishing. He's just kind of like hanging out. So he had like done like a long walk down the river down towards like there's a little cul-de-sac, they kept calling it, area where some houses and stuff. He walked down there. And then he was like, oh, I actually want to, as the sun's going down, I want to walk up the hill back up towards where we parked.
Okay.
Because I want to like get a view, right? Because it's like sunset. So he goes walking up this hill and he starts to see weird lights in the sky above him. So at first he's like, is this like an optical illusion? Like, is this like a car coming and there's like lights? And because I'm like on the hill, it's like weird or whatever. But he sees what he thinks. Eventually he's like looking straight out at them. And he describes them as fireballs moving around in the sky, several of them moving in different directions, hovering, all sorts of things.
Okay.
And this is when he blacks out. And the next thing he remembers, the sun is all the way down and he can see that he's walking towards the bonfire, but the bonfire is like down to like just coals. Like it was like really going.
Yeah.
And he's walking up to this fire when the fire's like starting to go out.
As in like it's been hours.
Yeah. And so when he walks up to the fire, one of the guys is like, oh my gosh, guy, like yells out and is like, he's here. Chris is back. Chris is back. One of the other guys comes running up and they're like, we've been looking for you. It's been like almost 4 hours.
Dang.
Yeah.
And a lot can happen in 4 hours.
Oh, can it? So they're like, yeah, we've been searching for you for hours. We were trying to walk like the path that you walked. You were not there. We couldn't find you. We went up to the car. You weren't at the car. And your son is actually walking down towards that like cul-de-sac area that you're thinking maybe you like circled back like around there. So he's over there. So he's like, okay, I'm going to go. We need to find my son. Like I need to get my son here now. And we need to skedaddle.
Yeah.
So he like runs down towards like the cul-de-sac area and he finds his son, and his son is like crying and freaking out. And he is like trying to explain to his son, Chris Jr., what he saw. And Chris Jr. says, I'm crying and freaking out because when I was walking around in the cul-de-sac area, there was this red light that there were like people walking in and out, like creatures like walking in and out of. And he thought it was some sort of like military invasion happening.
Oh.
Like at first he thought it was a flashlight. So he was walking towards it because he was like, maybe that's my dad or someone talking to my dad. And then he saw like these creatures coming in and out of the light. And he thought at first he thought it might be some sort of like military thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of military bases in that area and stuff. And he was like crying and freaking out. Right. So they're like,
sorry, what year was this?
2007.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they're like, okay, we need to leave. They get back to where like the bonfire area is. The friends are freaked out, but they're also kind of like, bro, are you okay? Like, are you guys having some sort of like mental break? Like, what's going on? Until all 5 of them see 8 to 10 bright lights on the far side of the river coming and landing down on the riverbank.
That's not good.
Which once again is making them like, is there some sort of like, are we being invaded by Russia or something? You know, whatever.
Right.
But Chris
it's
Senior,
the water wars.
The water wars have begun. But Chris Senior is not afraid. He actually said whatever had happened to him had kind of like put him in like a calming, like mesmerized trance, which is something we've heard before.
Mm-hmm.
But because everyone's freaking out, they run up to the truck. They all jump in the truck and drive off down this dirt road. As they're trying to flee the scene, they see this 50-foot long, like tic-tac, like thing in the sky.
Not the tic-tac.
Yeah. And they see it like far ahead, and it's, you know, it's like a light, like bright light. And they end up actually driving under it, and it's only like 100 feet over them, and they drive under this thing.
Girl, what would you do?
And they said it was completely silent.
What would you do?
I would drive myself immediately to a hospital and be like, put me somewhere, put me in a basement. I don't know. Because either something really bad's about to happen or I'm insane.
Right.
So I need to be put in the basement.
That makes sense.
Douse me with a bucket of water and put me in a basement. That's what I deserve right now. Because something's got to give.
Something bad is going to happen.
Something's got to give.
Yeah.
So obviously this has freaked them out. But as they're driving under this 50-foot long tic-tac thing, Chris says specifically that he had been living with for years and years a like a really bad guilt and heaviness in his heart, because when he was younger, his first wife, they were like 19 when they got married. They'd only been married a year, and he comes to a party and he sees her talking to her ex-boyfriend, and so he leaves the party and leaves her there and drives off. And then as he's driving off, he's like, you know what? No, I'm gonna go back and like stand my ground. I'm gonna kick his ass or whatever, 20-year-old kid stuff.
Yeah.
And as he's driving back, he sees a car that's flipped over on the road, and he goes, and there's nobody in the car. Like whoever is in the car had clearly been ejected. And he yells to the house that's nearby and goes, you need to call 911. There's been some sort of accident. And he literally trips over his dead wife's body.
That's traumatic.
Very. And he said that he felt so guilty because if he just maybe wouldn't have left, if he would have stayed, she wouldn't have been in that car. She would have been in the car with him, maybe not with somebody else.
Yeah.
And that maybe she wouldn't have died. And he said he felt healed, like the weight had been lifted off of him.
Okay.
As he had this experience. Like that is the memory he felt healed from as this was going on.
Which, that's not a bad thing.
No. So they drop the friends off at their houses and then head home. And it's like 11:30, 11:45 at this point.
I just don't know how I would go on. Like, I don't know how I would continue on after experiencing this.
Yeah, and just wait. Like, what he kind of like gets into, I'm like, yeah, I feel like I would feel the same way. So now it's like 11:30, 11:45. They drop the other guys off at home. And Chris Jr. is scared as fuck. He's like, I think he's like a tween or young teenager at this point. And he's terrified.
Oh, he was that young?
Yeah.
Oh.
They didn't say his exact age.
For some reason, I don't know why I was expecting him to be like 20.
No. He was still in school.
Okay.
Yeah. And so he's like really scared, and they get home, and the first thing they do is they turn on the TV and they start checking the news to see if there's some sort of invasion or military action or like something must be going on, right? Like you're expecting like a War of the Worlds style radio broadcast to be happening because
exactly.
Like what the fuck did we just see? And there seemed like there was so many lights and things that they're like, there's absolutely no way this isn't like all over the news. People are freaking out. There's no way. And there's nothing. So their dogs were acting really weird, and they decide to let the dogs out in the backyard. And Chris Jr. is like, I'm going with you. I'm not staying in the house alone. Like, so they like go out in the backyard with their dog. They have like a hunting dog. So some sort of like hound.
Yeah.
And as they're standing there with the dog is like alerting at something in the woods, like on the line of the woods.
No.
Yeah. And they think they can like kind of maybe see something moving, but they're like, I don't know. It's dark. It's, it's midnight at this point.
This is North Carolina?
Yes. Rural North Carolina.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. They're out there, and like kind of where they're standing is where the dog kennels are. And so the dog is alerting to something, and he like looks at Chris Jr. and he's like, okay, we need to like, I think if we can get the dog to chase whatever this is out of the woods, and we can cut it off from the other side so we can see what this is.
Oh my God.
So they like slap the dog on the butt. The dog goes running into the trees after this thing. But Chris starts to run to cut off, and Chris Jr. just books it back into the house and immediately is like,
and I do not blame him one iota.
Yeah, he's like, I am not doing this.
He's like, I'm a tween.
Yes.
What do you want from me?
I don't know. He could have been like 15, but I know he was still like in school.
I mean, I'm almost 35 and I would fucking bolt out of there.
So the dog chases this thing out of the woods, and what shows up is a 3-foot tall figure that's glowing white, has a red triangle on its chest, and glowing red eyes.
Okay.
And
we got a fucking alien on our hands.
Yeah. And as Chris is like looking at this thing, he can hear in his head. So the thing doesn't speak, but he hears in his head.
Telekinesis.
We are here to help you, not hurt you.
How many fucking times have we heard that?
Yeah. So then the dog runs up and starts barking at this thing, and it just like kind of disappears.
Yeah. It's like, don't bark at me.
Yeah.
He's probably like, what's that?
And so apparently the tree that they had been standing next to when like they had this weird psychic moment died like the next week.
Oh.
And he was like, I don't know if it's on radiation or what, but like that tree was an old health, like it was a healthy tree, and it had good roots and had been there a while, and it literally died the next week.
That's fucking crazy.
So he goes inside again, and he's trying to talk to Chris Jr. Chris Jr. is like, get the fuck out of here. Like basically
to his dad.
Like just like, I don't know what's going on, but like I don't and like his dad is like eerily calm, which I think like that would piss me off.
Yeah.
Like if I'm like, we should be panicking, and you're like, no, brother, it's all good.
It's all good. We're chilling.
I'd be like, oh my gosh, get out of my fucking face. Take me to a hospital and put me in a fucking basement right now.
And douse me with water.
Get a bucket, take it to the well, and douse me in ice cold water, because that's what I need. That's the energy I need right now. But so he's like, okay, like he's stressed out. The dog's stressed out. His son's stressed out. So he's like, I'm going to go into like the sunroom area, because he was like, I need to go outside and smoke a cigarette. And Chris Jr. is like, if you go outside again, I swear to fucking God.
I love this kid.
They probably didn't cuss this much. They're very Christian.
I like to think he did.
But this is how I would be.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I swear if you go outside.
But I'm also I'm going to just make up in my head that he did do that.
And so he's like, Chris is like, okay, I get it. Like, you're scared. You don't want me to go outside. You're afraid of something. I'm going to disappear for 4 hours again or something, right? Or something's going to come in the house.
You literally never know. And you guys just saw a fucking creature come out of the woods.
After seeing lights, and he'd already seen a creature down by the bank.
Exactly.
Down by the river.
Down by the river.
So, what is this song you keep singing? I've never heard this.
It's a song.
What's it called?
Down by the river.
Who sings
I
it?
don't know.
So goes out onto like they have like a sunroom kind of like a, like a fenced in porch.
Yeah.
And he like opens a window and he's like kind of trying to like smoke a cigarette out there. And he says that he can see things moving in the tree line.
Smoke a whole pack of cigarettes.
Yeah. Well,
frankly.
And so that freaks out Chris Jr. And so they actually end up getting in their truck and driving like miles and miles away and going into like the middle of this field where you can see there's no you can see for miles around you. So like nothing can sneak up on you so that Chris Jr. could sleep and Chris Sr. stayed up like awake watching.
And they slept in the car?
They slept in the truck.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would just go to like a fucking hotel or something.
They're in like the middle of nowhere. They live in a rural area.
Yeah,
like there's not hotels. And also it was already past midnight. You can't just like check into a hotel. Like a lot of places don't have a front desk person past like 10 p.m.
That's a good point.
And also who knows how much money they have, et cetera, et cetera. You know
Not
what I
that
mean?
I've ever done that in my entire life.
Yeah.
I've never checked into a hotel randomly.
Yeah.
So
that's what they end up doing. He is trying to explain what he saw and the experience that they had.
To who?
To like his wife, to his friends. He actually ends up
Chris?
Yes. Like the next day.
He remarried.
Yeah. He's
okay.
He's already remarried and they've been married for years and years and years. The first wife dying happened like 20 years before.
And where
this.
did she come? Where has she been?
I don't know if her and because they have other kids too. I don't know if they were out visiting grandparents or something.
Okay.
They were somewhere else like with other families, so they weren't at the house. It was just Chris and Chris Jr.
Got it.
Chris Jr. is the oldest kid.
Okay.
So, and I think like he'd been like probably like helping on the job site or whatever. I was kind of like vague about those details.
Okay.
But so he's like trying to explain what happened to his wife, and he's like trying to tell friends and like coworkers, and like everyone thinks he's crazy, right? And he starts looking into religious texts. This is the part like he's really, really convinced this is some sort of like religious
psychosis
thing. No, not psychosis. Like this is like a religious, like he was getting messages from like God.
Okay.
Like the Christian God. Like he was quoting the Bible a lot in this interview he did. And it's like stuff that made sense. You know, he's like, oh, like in Mark chapter, like this, it talks about a pillar appearing of white that was going over, the people who had been cast out of Israel or whatever, right? All this stuff. And so he gets really into that. So if you like that aspect of it, you can go listen to his interview and hear all that. I was like, I'm not going to like get into all of that, but he thinks it's like not, that's why the name of his book is UFO of God.
Yeah.
Because he thinks that this is some sort of higher being that is like godlike, less than like extraterrestrial.
Okay.
Yeah. So he also can't remember what happened in those 4 hours he was missing, right? And whenever he would get interviewed, like he does end up trying to report it to like the police and report it to other various agencies. He even has like people from like the CIA and the FBI and NASA come to his house to try and talk to him about this after he reports it to MUFON, which is the UFO organization.
Of course.
And he says anytime he like really tries to remember it or like people are asking him questions about it, he gets this like horrible headache and it's like a block in his head. And that's when he meets a Harvard doctor who trained under a very famous alien abduction doctor at Harvard, whose name was Dr. Mack. He is like known for like recovered memories and stuff like this. But so he meets Dr. Michael O'Connell, who is learned from Dr. Mack and is a Harvard professor as well. And he starts treating him for trying to uncover these memories.
I was going to say, are they going to do hypnosis or?
Hypnosis.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. So he starts doing hypnosis sessions with him to slowly unblock the memories. And Dr. O'Connell is basically like, if we try to do this all at once, like that's like a fucking nuke to your brain, right? So like we just want to slowly start trying to recover these memories or just take down the wall, whatever is there blocking it. And just to make your life easier too, because he's having these debilitating headaches and it's impossible not to think about that day. And every time he tries to think about it, he gets these horrible, horrible pains. So he starts to slowly recover his memories. He says they come to him first in dreams and then in little pieces. And then he starts having really, really vivid dreams that he feels like are adding on to what the recovered memory.
Okay.
So at first, the first thing he brings up is he has a memory of going to Egypt in a bubble. So he says he's in sort of some like kind of bubble that's like flying him around places.
Okay, Galinda.
And yeah, literally. And he was brought to Egypt where he was shown the Sphinx and the pyramids. And they were like kind of telling him, like narrating in his brain, like the significance of these like landmarks. That it took him over parts of the United States and the Midwest. He also claimed that it showed him Mars and that Bigfoot was there.
Bigfoot's on Mars?
Yep, that's what he said. All this in his bubble.
Listen, I'm going to take his word for it. Bigfoot's on Mars.
Yeah.
Quote that.
Quote it.
Spread it around.
You heard it here. Second, third. So he called this the next 5 years of his life, the 5 years of darkness.
Ooh.
Because nobody believed him. They said he was crazy. People were calling social services on him to have his kids looked at because they were like, this is a crazy man. He shouldn't have his kids. Like the kids were getting brought into like the office at the school to like ask if they were okay. Because at this point he had like done interviews on TV and stuff. And people are like, he's a crazy person. And his kids are like getting bullied at school. And his wife asked him to never talk about it again.
Yeah, it's so hard, right? Because I believe in aliens.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think that this is something that could happen.
Yeah.
But I also understand the flip side where people are like, you're crazy. This didn't happen.
Well, and so this is like when you said, what would you do?
Yeah.
I'm like, he got like wildly depressed. He said he couldn't find a job. Like his life was ruined. People would harass him if he couldn't even go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
Like people would harass him because he lived in a small community. So everybody knew. He had no anonymity. And he gets super depressed. His wife is like, you have to stop talking about it. And he's like, yes, I agree. I'm never going to talk about it again. But also like, how do I not think and talk about it all of the time? Like this crazy thing happened to me. And it was super weird and traumatic, but also really enlightening. Like,
I mean,
like I said, he felt like he literally had got a message directly from God, basically.
And like, if any little weird thing happens to us, we talk about it for a month. You know what I mean? So like,
we still bring up stuff from 10 years ago.
So if I was, had an alien experience, I would probably talk about that for the next 25 years.
Dude, how many times on this podcast do we bring stuff up and we go, we know we've already talked about this. Sorry.
Yeah.
But listen, I love to beat a dead horse.
Me too.
The second I can't remember. I think it was Kate that said this to me recently because that they were, oh no, it was where we were talking about something like that happened a long time ago that we've talked about so many times. And I was like, sorry, I love to beat a dead horse. And M goes, if I see it twitching, I'm gonna come back and hit it one more time. I was like, literally, like that is me.
We can't stop.
So like imagine, like, bro,
I would not shut the fuck up if I got abducted by aliens. I would not shut the fuck up ever.
I'm going to like a few obscure games at the Olympics, and you're gonna hear about it for the next 5 years.
Oh, I'm already planning on it.
Yeah.
I'm preparing myself.
I'm gonna have to like pick countries I'm rooting for and stuff. Like this is gonna be crazy. But yeah, so and like I said, at this point too, like NASA had sent somebody to their house to try and debunk their story, and he said he thought it was credible. The CIA had come to interview him, the FBI. MUFON had actually come out and given him a psychological exam and also a lie detector test. And MUFON was like, "Oh, this guy's a liar."
Mm-hmm. Really?
But he passed the psychological exam. They said he was completely sane, mentally well person. But he failed the lie detector test. But you know how I feel about lie detector tests.
I mean, most people feel that way about lie detector tests.
Yeah. And
they're not credible.
And he said that they asked him 35 to 50 questions over 2 hours, and they were repeating the same questions over and over again and like stressing him out. So he was like, it was literally so stressful that like, yeah, of course.
They don't hold up in court.
You literally can't use them in court because if you just are a nervous person, it can make it seem like you're lying.
Yeah. So like, why would I believe them in this case?
And there's really good liars that know how to trick them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that whole thing happened. But yeah, so he's really struggling because he feels really alone. And, he's worried about his kids. He's worried about his wife. His wife is like, please, baby, like stop. Like she believes him and like supports him, but is like, we can't like take the scrutiny.
Exactly. Like they're all getting, ridiculed every day.
Yeah. He said his own family members wouldn't hire him on jobs because there was such a stigma around him.
Yeah.
So the night before Easter in 2012.
Weird timing.
Girl, just wait.
Oh boy.
Just fucking wait.
Okay.
In 2012, on the day before Easter, so this is Saturday night leading into Sunday morning, which is Easter morning, he's at his lowest. His community hates him. And he said that he went out and was looking at the stars and he yelled up and said, why did you burden me with this? I'm done. I'm never talking about it again. I don't want to be involved in any of this. Like, why did you choose me? I don't want to be a part of this, basically. And then he goes to bed at 9 p.m. At 3 a.m. on Sunday morning, 3. He hears 3:03. He hears a voice say, and like he said, it was the most booming, deep voice ever. And it didn't.
Sorry, is Easter Jesus's birthday or when he rose again?
When he rose again.
Okay.
Birthday is Christmas.
I know. Sorry. I'm so sorry, everybody.
And Good Friday, which is today, is when he was allegedly.
Oh my God, today
killed.
is Good Friday?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Why do you think I said kids have school off on Good Friday?
I did say that.
So he hears this deep booming voice that only wakes him up, and it says, "Arise."
Oh my God.
And he sits up in bed and he says he can see like shadowy figures moving around in his room, but he's not scared of them, right?
It's Jesus.
So he gets up out of bed and like to follow them, and he went to bed in his underwear, right? And he said as he's walking out towards the back door to follow them, he looks down and he's wearing jeans, boots, and a sweatshirt.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, that's what I hope. If I'm asleep and an earthquake happens and I'm in my underwear, I hope that just happens.
Magically, you have jeans, boots, and a sweatshirt
that would
on.
be nice. Yes.
So he follows them out. They actually take him out kind of back where they had their first encounter by the dog kennels.
Mm-hmm.
And they give him like this weird thing. He said it almost felt like a creature, but it didn't have like a head or arms and legs. And they were like, you have to keep the things that we give you safe.
Okay.
He kind of like in the interview I was watching, like just moved on from that. I'm like, we're not going to talk about what happened. He says he like put it in his dog kennel and like to keep it safe. And I was like, okay, we moved on a little too fast from that one.
You're like, I actually needed to know more about that.
Kind of need to know about the creature, actually. Now that
What
you're saying
is it?
Now that you're saying it, kind of really need to know about the creature. And you brought it up, not me, for the record. That's on you.
I hate when people do that, when they bring up something really important and then they don't circle back.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that.
So after this, he continues to have encounters and have visions.
Okay.
In one, according to Pathos blogs, he had an encounter where he was lifted through the roof by a brilliant bluish white light that was hovering above his house. And he felt himself being transported in his bubble to another dimension. They showed him a canyon carved deep into the land. And then he described that there were 3 entities leading him to a brilliant light where he finally meets the lady. And the lady is the big thing.
The lady's the big thing.
Yeah.
Tell me about the lady.
So this is how he described her. He said, quote, her dress was such a brilliant white, I could hardly look at it. She was seated on a massive stone carved throne in a recess in a canyon wall. As the beings led me to her, I watched her, unmoving, powerful, unspeakably beautiful. I'm picturing Lady Galadriel, by the way.
I was just going to say, I'm just happy it's a lady. You know, like the most powerful being is a lady, obviously.
So they actually talk about in the interview with the Y-Files guy that it's like a divine feminine. That's what he likes to call it. That's what the Y-Files guy wanted to call it. And he agrees, Chris agrees that it was some sort of like spiritual god or goddess, right?
Okay.
And he connects it with a lot of biblical imagery, but also a lot of ancient Egyptian imagery. Like he saw like a bowl that came over him, and there's like a goddess that represented the stars, and she had like a bowl, and the bowl represented like peace and well-being and stuff like that. Like there was like a lot of different like interwoven pieces of like mythology mixed with like biblical mythology with like ancient Egyptian mythology, all of that stuff. Like once again, if you want to hear it all on it's on this interview. It's actually called Basement. That's what he called when he does like the interviews with the people. He calls it Basement, but it's the Y-Files guy.
The only thing I'm thinking of is like, do you think because Chris Bledsoe was such like a religious guy,
apparently
like,
he actually wasn't religious before this. Like his wife was.
Oh,
his wife was.
Okay,
but he was not. They actually like banned him from the church basically when all this started happening.
Interesting. I was gonna say, do you think? I thought he was religious from the get-go, and I was thinking like he's just attributing all these things that happened to him and trying to turn them into a religious thing, and maybe they weren't.
So I think both of those things can be true.
Okay.
Right? Like because his wife was really, really religious, I think that when he was explaining these things to her, she was being like, oh, this is something that can be biblical instead of this is something that can be evil or extraterrestrial, right?
Yeah.
And so I think his understanding of it became biblical because his wife was religious.
Yeah. That was my worry though.
But
because I was like, I hope he's not trying to like in his brain twist it into something.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, is it twisting?
I don't know.
Because all of this ancient mythology and biblical mythology and all these different things, we see a lot of similar themes and characters and happenings, right? So these are just retellings of things that people believe, see, understand, or whatever to be true, right? Just because they have their own understanding of it. Like if there's a God, just because you call him God and I call him Allah, right? Like, are they not? Could they be the same God? I don't know. We might have just had different names for them because we're not from the same place.
No, you're right.
Or like, because a lot of these things are very similar, and there are a lot of like spirituality that doesn't like to put a name on God, or just likes to call it like the universe or energy or something like that. I think they're just looking for ways to make sense of it.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
No, it does.
Yeah.
I understand.
So he's getting these messages from the lady. And eventually in 2013, he doesn't like to call himself a prophet, but a prophecy was revealed to Chris. And this is what's fucking crazy.
Oh boy. Okay. Tell me.
The lady reveals to him, I'm going to give it a direct quote.
Okay.
Of what she said to him. And this is in 2013, guys. Are you ready for this?
This is a quote from the lady.
Yes. When you see Israel and Iran begin to exchange missiles, and then he says, and I saw them in the vision, it was like they were giving me telepathic images. It's like looking at a television kind of. And she said, when you see these happen, that's when we're going to come in and we're going to start awakening up the population. We're going to reveal ourselves and we will change the consciousness of the people. So she also gave him things like the Regulus turning red at the Sphinx's gaze. And this is something that happens at a specific time of year that happens to land on Easter of 2026.
Bitch. Are you fucking kidding me right now?
And one of the things, this is what was crazy actually. Like,
sorry,
as I was
my
looking
mouth
this up,
was just open like agape.
This is one of the things that like was kind of crazy to me. So there was like a crazy sandstorm that's been sweeping through the Middle East and it hit Egypt last week. And
are you going to send me into a psychosis?
One of the things that the lady said to him was, the atmosphere will scatter away the blue and violet light, leaving only the red and orange wavelengths to reach our eyes. This is what the sandstorm did.
You bitch. You fucking bitch. I literally just said, are you going to send me into a psychosis? You didn't say anything. And I'm going to go into a psychosis. Oh my God.
My every single day, my goal is just to make Amanda a little more schizophrenic.
Oh my God. Wait, so what's going to happen on Easter? This episode's not coming out.
Orbs are going to come from the ocean and awaken a new consciousness.
This episode's not coming out. So none of you are going to hear this. I hope you're aware.
And he said this in 2013.
Oh my God.
And said that it was going to happen on Easter weekend, Easter Sunday of 2026.
I'm going to lose my fucking mind.
Yeah.
Or I'm not, or my consciousness is going to be completely different come Sunday. So who knows what's going to happen.
So
I'm going to freak out.
He said,
what the fuck? Jesus.
So he said it's not like there's going to be like an immediate shift of like everybody's consciousness. But to quote him, he said, "She said it would appear red on the horizon just before dawn. And when that happens, the point would mark a shift into a new knowledge and awakening of people. It doesn't mean you're going to flip a switch and we all suddenly know what happened that day. I think it's just the beginning of a new era, a new knowledge, and maybe that's the revealing of some truth of consciousness."
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Guys, we're recording this on Good Friday.
We are.
So something is going to happen on Sunday. I'm going to freak out.
And then, okay,
But it's
so
fine.
this is, I'm quoting directly from this interview with Chris Bledsoe, says, "Why does the Space Force have their badge a triangle with a sphinx looking up at a star?" And AJ, who's the host, says, "That's funny that you mentioned that. If you look at a lot of logos, whether it's the NRO or all of these agencies, there's a ton of ancient, or this is all Egyptian iconography on all of them. Like, yeah, look at our money. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why would that
the
be
Illuminati?
on there? Why would that be on there? Why would there be, we don't have any of that stuff here. Why would that be on there?"
Mm-hmm.
And Chris says, "Yeah." And AJ says, makes me think that they know something that we don't know." And Chris says, "Oh, they do." And then he says, "They do. I can tell you that they do. I wish I could tell you everything. There is something that I do know, but let's just say without me getting in really serious trouble." And then he says, "Are you under an NDA?" And he goes, "If you're not, you can speak freely." And Chris says, "I can, but I might cut myself off from the stream of information. I do know that they've been documenting things over the last several hundred years. Ever since they started keeping records in the US and abroad over hundreds of years, thousands of years, 2,000 or more, this specific thing that I'm speaking about is known."
Why am I not wearing a tinfoil hat right now? Because
Put it
I'm
on.
gonna lose my mind.
And then Chris says, "It's like this. The Gelder painting of Jesus being baptized by John the Baptist, there's literally a cloud up there that looks like a flying saucer with laser beams." And AJ says, "Yes, it does." And Chris said, "How did they know to draw laser beams in the 1300s? They didn't have a flashlight. So yeah, there's a whole lot of knowledge we don't have. This is hidden knowledge."
See, this is what happens when you cover alien stories. I go insane. This is the problem.
Yeah. But
Because
yeah,
I'm a believer.
uh-huh. Here's another quote from him.
Oh, God.
He said, "Partly because when the drone thing happened and they weren't drones, they were not drones at all. And we know that. They were orbs. It's the very thing that I predicted. I didn't predict it. I just told what I was told. That when Iran and Israel go to exchanging missiles, the orbs would start to appear out of the sea, out of the land, and out of the sky. They were firing at one in November, and what happened in November and December? Orbs appeared everywhere. So the government freaked out, and then they started sending their own drones up there, big ones, and leaving them for days, hanging out all around. All of that was done just to confuse people. I'll tell you why. I was sitting in a restaurant with some people from the Pentagon and some Congress members and others at Capitol Grill in Washington, D.C. this past summer. After that happened," he's talking about the drones, "the thing happened in November and December, but this past summer or spring, not too far after that, we were meeting and they wanted to know my opinion on this. I said, I already told you, you start shooting the missiles with Iran, you're going to get it. And they're like, oh my God, this is catastrophic. So the term was coined with me sitting there with meeting with these people. They don't want that to happen. They don't want to lose control of the people. They're afraid that if they push the button too far, it's going to come down here and wake all of us up and take over itself. They worry that that is going to happen." It's what you want. It's the aliens coming down and taking over because we fucked up too bad.
I mean,
You always say that you want that.
I say I want to be abducted by aliens and not have them do anything harmful to me just so I can experience it. But I don't know. This is a little too close for comfort. You know what I mean?
I mean, here's the thing, guys. This might come out and all be old news because you already were reconscious on.
Yeah, no one's going to know. They're not going to know. But they're going to know. Actually, when they listen to this, they're going to know. You're going to know.
Yeah.
And then your conscious is going to be like, oh my God, I remember everything. I know what's going on.
So AJ asked him, are the orbs themselves crafts or are they beings? And Chris said both. They're both. I say both because I have video of beings coming out of orbs. I'll show you one today where this orb approaches myself and 2 or 3 ladies, one very sick with cancer. It approaches right up to us, flashes, and outsteps a 7-foot tall glowing white figure. The smaller orbs are beings. When they flash, something just stepped out of it. So I think that's a way that they can come into our world through that light. But I have also seen and filmed many others: flying saucers, metal balls like the Tic Tac, and a sphere.
You know what's crazy? I feel like the aliens, they pick and choose, right? Like they choose certain people. And I feel like they haven't gotten me yet because I have this platform and they know that I'm here to spread their stories.
Yeah.
So they're like, we don't want to mess with her because we want her to be like pure. So when she hears
pure of heart.
Yeah, pure of heart. So when she hears the stories and she regurgitates it back, she's genuine.
Oh, I almost forgot too. Before that initial thing happened in 2007, he had Crohn's disease really bad. Like it was like probably going to kill him. And he was cured of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you like, okay.
Like the next time they went to the doctor, they were like, there's no sign of Crohn's. And obviously it's 19 years later. He's still alive, by the way. He did this interview a month ago.
Someone get me in that basement and douse me with water.
Get the bucket.
Right now.
Sam, get the bucket.
Literally right now.
We gotta douse this girl.
I am going to lose my mind.
So I'm just gonna close it out with one last quote from Chris.
I can't do anymore.
And he says, they're here. They're around us all of the time. We just can't see them. As for the beginning, whoever created consciousness, I look at this a little differently than a lot of people do, and I'm slowly creating hypothesis, but we may never know.
Oh my God. Oh my God. What?
Yeah. So we'll see what happens this weekend.
Well,
I'm just saying,
what do you mean? What is going to happen? Because no one's going to be aware because they're just going to change our consciousness.
Well, they said, I think like the big thing is like they are like, you guys are fucking with the Middle East too much.
Yeah. And we agree.
And so I'm like, I mean, I'm hoping they're going to come down and be like, okay, Israel, we got to get rid of you. We can't have this anymore. We can't be bombing everybody. What are you doing? You're going into Lebanon. You're bombing Iran.
We've been
killing
saying this
Palestine.
since 2013. We told Chris.
Did you not get Chris on the horn?
Didn't Chris contact you guys?
We thought he had your phone number.
We thought he was the chosen one. He was not the chosen one, clearly.
Netanyahu, we thought he had you on speed dial to tell you to cut it out.
Oh my God. Next time, guys, go directly to the source. Go to Trump.
Go straight to Chris.
Go straight to him. Tell him, hey, don't do this.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, who knows? Ooh, I hope I get some new consciousness. But it feels like a good thing, like a positive thing, like everything he's talking about, right?
No, it feels positive, but like, are we going to remember this moment?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I mean, it's going to be recorded.
It's going to be recorded.
So maybe you need to edit the episode before Sunday.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Just in case.
You never know.
Just in case.
I'm scared. I'm scared. I need to make sure this gets out there to the world.
Well, everybody, happy Easter. I like to think this is what I was saying when you were like, well, hopefully the water wars don't happen before the Olympics. And I'm like, okay, I feel like this feels like a positive shift.
It does.
So maybe things will be better by the Olympics.
No water wars for us.
No water wars for us.
That's right. Cassidy's getting to the Olympics if it kills her.
They just come down and zap all the billionaires.
Hey, that would be nice.
That would be fucking sick.
That would be a positive.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that is the story of the Bledsoe prophecy.
That was crazy. And it's such a different like experience when you cover an alien story.
Oh, why?
I don't know, like hearing it. Like, so I'm not the one doing it. And it's just, puts me into a different mindset.
Yeah, if you guys want to watch that interview, it's really interesting. Like I said, they get really into like religious iconography and stuff like that, which is just like too dense for us to get into. Like,
I'm not getting into any of that.
Yeah,
I don't want to.
And frankly. So you can go and like check out that interview. I mean, he seems like a nice guy. You know what I mean? And it's like so hard when you like hear someone and you're like, I don't know, you're talking normal, but you sound crazy. You know? So it's like, but AJ from the Wife House is a great interviewer. Also, he asks really meaningful questions and he lets the person talk quite a bit. And he's very good at it. So I definitely recommend it. Go check it out.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And we'll see what happens.
Good luck, everybody, with your new consciousness. How does it feel?
Hope you guys are enjoying it.
Post it on Instagram.
tag us in your post.
Your new consciousness, how good it feels.
What you're doing with your new consciousness, let us know, okay?
You ready, girl?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I am so ready.
Okay, so this is another story that, frankly, I'm surprised you haven't covered yet because it's kind of a big boy.
Ooh, look at us doing a little switcheroo.
I know. It's a big boy and it's just something that's right up your anus.
Okay. Let's smell it.
Let's smell it. So this was recommended on Patreon by Sam L, our cool kid.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to talk about Elmer McCurdy.
Okay.
Yeah. So my sources today were history.com by Crystal Point, notes from thefrontier.com, Travel Kansas by Nick Spacek, and of course, Wikipedia. So Elmer McCurdy was born on January 1st, nope, not 19, guys. 1880. We're taking it all the way back.
It's so hard. I don't know why it's so hard to say 18 over 19.
Because it just feels like we were born in the 1900s.
Yeah.
So it feels really long time ago.
Well, because even it's easy, when I read 1575, I don't say 1975, but for some reason, specifically 18.
Yeah.
It's close enough looking that you just want to say it.
Yeah. But we're going all the way back to the Wild Wild West here. We're going to the Outlaws and the Cowboys, which is Cassidy's cup of tea right there, to 1880, okay? And he was born in Washington, Maine. His mother, Sadie McCurdy, she was an unmarried teen mom when she had him.
Scandalous.
She was 17 years old, obviously. Big deal at the time. And we don't know who Elmer's father was. However, there was a lot of speculation and rumors going on that he was actually Sadie's cousin.
Ooh.
So not great.
Rough.
Yeah. But either way, Sadie, being a 17-year-old and unwed, she knew this was very frowned upon and she didn't want people to look at her a certain way.
Yeah.
So she ended up giving her baby to her brother George and his wife Helen.
Okay.
She was like, this is your baby now. And they were like, okay, this is our baby now.
That's not super uncommon for teen pregnancies.
Yeah.
To keep it in the family.
Exactly.
But then also make sure that person doesn't ruin their life, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So George and Helen, they adopt him and they agree to raise him. And they basically tell him his birth mother is his aunt and his aunt is his mother.
Yes.
So just a little.
I think people think that this happened with Ted Bundy too.
They do. I think this happens often. I
or
feel
that his sister was his mom or something like that.
It was something like that.
Yeah.
And this does happen often with people.
Especially back
in
the day.
When Elmer was 10 years old, his dad/uncle died from tuberculosis. And Sadie and Helen take Elmer and they move to Bangor, Maine.
Okay.
When Elmer is a preteen, Sadie, who he thinks is his aunt, but is really his birth mother, decides, I'm going to tell him the truth about who I am.
Woof.
Maybe you should have talked this one out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe make this one a whole family conversation before you just jump into that.
I don't know. But she tells him, I'm your mother.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh my God, my whole life has been a lie. He's a teen. He's literally a preteen.
Yeah.
He's going through the hardest time in his life.
Well, it's you see this a lot too, where they're there is a sweet spot for if you have an adopted kid or, a situation like this, there's a sweet spot for trying to figure out when to tell them. Cause there's some people who are you should just raise them knowing that they're adopted forever. So it never is a shock.
Right. But this is the 1800s.
This is 1800s. So, so imagine at 15, if your aunt came to you and was you're actually my daughter and your mom is my sister.
No, my whole life would be spinning. You know what I mean? I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know what to do or who to believe, right? You're lied to. So I get it.
I think that's more of the issue is that
you
feel you were lied to is probably a bigger issue than the actual genetics of it. Cause your mom is who raised you, right?
Exactly.
At least I'm a firm believer in that.
That's why I said mom.
Yeah.
It's.
But
whoever raised you is your mother, but that's why
It's
they
the
say birth
lie.
mother, right?
Yeah, it's the lie.
Yeah.
It's the lying.
Yeah. So he's kind of like freaking out. He starts spiraling and he starts to immediately rebel and starts drinking a lot as just a teenager.
Valid crash out, as the kids would say.
Exactly. And at some point, because his mom and aunt and
Yeah.
mom, they're like, we don't know what to do with him.
Mhm.
He's crashing out. He's freaking out. They make him go live with his grandfather because he's out of control. And when he starts to live with his grandfather, he starts to work for him as an apprentice plumber.
Okay.
And things actually start going really well for him. He's enjoying working. He's doing okay. He's not drinking like he used to. But then shit hits the fan, of course.
Yes, it always does.
In 1898, there's an economic crisis happening in America, which turns into a depression and everyone loses their jobs.
Yeah.
2 years later, one of Elmer's moms, I don't know which one, I don't know if it's the birth mother or the adopted mother.
Okay.
She dies of a ruptured ulcer. And then 2 months after that, his grandfather dies.
Oh, boy.
So he's just getting like hit after hit after hit.
Yeah.
And now he's just like alone and jobless and he needs to figure out his next move.
Yeah, that's rough.
So he ends up going to Kansas where he works as a plumber. But then in 1905, he gets arrested for public intoxication.
Okay.
And this kind of continues happening to Elmer where he can't seem to hold down a job due to his alcoholism because of everything he endured, you know, growing up. He doesn't know how to stop it, stop the cycle.
Yeah.
And what does he do next? He joins the army.
People love to do that when they're trying to clean up their life.
Absolutely. And this is where Elmer gets trained on how to use the chemical nitroglycerin to make things explode.
Yes.
And that kind of seemed to be the main takeaway from the army for him was like how to use this.
Make things go boom.
Make big things go boom. Exactly. And then he was honorably discharged from the army, like only a couple of years later in 1910. After he's discharged, he's still in Kansas and he's kind of just like bopping around. And then him and his friend get arrested for being in possession of items that they believed were intended to be used for committing burglaries.
That's a very vague
It's
charge.
kind of a crazy charge, right? Like we found these items and we think that you have these items because you are going to commit burglaries.
Yeah, that feels like a thought crime.
Right? Like that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, okay,
Yeah.
we're going there.
Because like you could like that's like you can make bombs out of like household items, right? Or like you could, like I don't know, the crowbar. What if I needed a crowbar for something once and now I just have one?
No, exactly.
Crowbar has got to be like top 5 most menacing. Why would you own that items?
I mean, when I think crowbar, I immediately think you're breaking into cars.
Yeah,
that's
what
my
I'm saying.
Initial reaction.
Menacing item, but like they exist because people do have to use them sometimes. So like
not us, but people.
Shovels, you know,
shovels
are a day-to-day useful. My fiance does landscaping. He does like, you know, like the big fancy stuff for people's houses. Shovels are used often, but having a shovel in your house feels suspicious.
I mean, I have 3 hammers in my apartment. Why? I only need 1.
That's got to be a top 5er also.
Why do I need 3?
Yeah.
There's one in that box right there.
Same with a... Why?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Same with like an X-Acto knife.
Exactly.
I'm like, what are you up to? Exactly.
So the items that they found that were suspicious included a chisel,
a
hacksaw, gunpowder, money sacks, which is so like early 1900s.
Cartoonish.
Yeah.
Like I'm just imagining like a burlap sack with a big like green S with the line through it, like money sign.
That's exactly what I'm picturing.
Immediately.
So I hope that's what a money sack is. I can't imagine it being anything else. And then of course,
did they also find a black and white striped shirt and a black mask that with the eye holes cut out?
The Hamburglar, what are you doing here?
Like in The Sims when you get
yes. And then of course, you guessed it, nitroglycerin had to be in there.
Glycerin.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we both have
Exacto.
a song. Exactly.
But the charges were dropped when the jury found Elmer not guilty because he told them that all those tools were not intended for robbing anybody, but instead were going to be used to create a foot-operated machine gun that him and his friend were inventing.
Okay.
And they said,
They're like, actually, we're entrepreneurs.
they said,
and
we believe you.
you're
Actually,
stifling innovation,
Yeah.
actually, is what's happening.
You're amazing, Elmer. We totally believe you. So then when Elmer gets out of jail, he immediately is like, all right, time to start committing those burglaries. Because
Yeah.
obviously that is exactly what those items were intended for.
No, yeah, there's something really funny about getting found not guilty for the intention to rob and like making a whole
Like,
case.
that was his intention.
And then immediately using those items to rob. That's gotta be like, I don't know. That's up there. That's like Kobe Bryant fucking hitting a buzzer beater type
No,
moment.
really.
Like, I love that for him.
Literally, like, I mean, he's like, you guys tried to put me in jail for this, so I'm just gonna do this, right?
Yeah.
You didn't get me.
You didn't, not yet?
Not yet, but we're gonna get there. So he moves to Oklahoma, where he and 3 men, they link up, and they decide to rob an Iron Mountain, Missouri Pacific train.
Okay.
So they were able to successfully stop the train, get to the safe, but the only issue was that Elmer didn't actually get trained to use the nitroglycerin like that well. Like he just kind of knew, but he didn't know the proper like amount that he was supposed to use for certain things.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, guys, I know how to use this. And then he was like, I was in the room next door when other people learned how to do this. It's good enough.
Exactly.
It's gonna be good enough.
He was like, I listened in.
Yeah.
But I didn't actually.
He's like, I skimmed the email.
Which
I do all the time.
I do a
That's
lot.
how I almost missed my fucking Olympics email. I was like, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, right. So he ended up exploding not only the safe, but all of the money that was inside of it.
Oh, brother. Rookie mistake.
He was only able to save like literally a couple $100 in silver coins, which in today's money would be a couple thousand, but it was literally like from $100 to $400 in coins.
Yeah.
Then he and 2 other dudes decide that they're going to go back to Kansas and they're going to rob a bank. Because he's like, okay, I learned from my mistake.
Yeah, we got to try again.
I'm going to do this again and I'm going to get it right this time.
Elmer and the gang.
Exactly. You get it.
Get on your pinstripes. We're going to go rob another bank.
Correct. Yes.
Wear your Sunday best or you're not invited.
See?
I get it. I would have been a wonderful 1800s robber.
You would have.
Yeah.
So the 3 of them spent 2 hours trying to break through the wall with a hammer. And that was clearly not working because this is like a brick wall.
The employee inside is like, do you hear that? Or am I going
they're
crazy?
like, what's going on? I'm going into a psychosis. Put me in a basement and douse me with water.
Please tell me you hear that. And like, and they're like, Helen, because the other guy's hard of hearing. He's like, Helen, I have no idea what you're talking about. Can you get back to counting gold coins or whatever you do at a bank in 1870 or whatever?
So Elmer, he's like, okay, clearly this is not working. He decides, get out the nitroglycerin.
Slather it on
This wall. I'm going to blow this shit up. And he did. It worked. However, it only blew up the wall and not the safe that was inside the vault, which was their obviously intention to get into the safe.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, we got to move quickly here because I blew up this wall. It was loud. People heard.
Not as loud as the hammers.
Not as loud as the hammers, but people heard. So now he's like, I got to get more nitroglycerin out and blow up the safe door. But when he started to do that, it failed to ignite.
I'm not going to lie. Don't know what nitroglycerin, like, is it like a gel?
It's a, okay, all I know about
I'm imagining a gel.
It's a chemical that is used for explosives. That's all I really know. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought you would know.
Well, like, I just don't know how it's packaged.
Okay, let's see.
Like, is it a powder? Is it a gel? Like, I'm imagining a gel that he's just like slathering onto things and lighten up.
Okay, so it is a highly powerful, unstable liquid explosive.
Liquid. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, they're dousing
They're dousing.
and lighting and running.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Like Elmer Fudd almost. Right?
This is some Elmer Fudd type shit right here. This is some Looney Tunes ass
Exactly.
shit.
So it doesn't ignite, but since the first explosion was so loud, people, heard the wall being blown up. Elmer's lookout guy, he fucking took off when that
what an
explosion
ass.
happened because he was like, I'm not getting caught for this shit.
He was like, that was actually way louder than I thought it was
Like,
going to be.
I gotta go, actually.
Count me out.
But then Elmer and his other accomplices, they were able to run off with about $150 of coins.
Okay. I think if you did this, I think what you would have to do if you like actually did it well and like got the money, like when people started showing up, you'd be like, you guys heard it too?
That was crazy. We ran over
here
because we heard a loud explosion.
We saw two guys who looked nothing like us, by the way.
Right.
Running in
like,
the opposite direction.
But then the police are like, that's so weird. Why are you in a pinstripe suit with a mask and a burlap sack with a money sign on it?
It's a huge money sign, and I understand that that's confusing
crazy.
for you.
Crazy. What were you doing with that?
This is actually more of a fashion choice for me. Right. And I don't think it's actually really very fair of you to judge me for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I would just walk away like, ching, 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 because all the coins are bouncing in the bag, the money sack.
And they're like, what is that?
And it's so heavy. I'm almost barely dragging it.
And they're like, can we open that sack?
And I'm like, no, this is for my daughter. She's at school right now.
I gotta go pick her up, actually.
Yeah, actually, I'm really late to pick her up.
So sorry.
But good luck with your whole thing you got going on over here.
Hopefully you find them. So after the pretty much failed bank heist, Elmer decides to make his way back to Oklahoma. So he's kind of bouncing around from like Kansas to Oklahoma.
Yeah, baby. If you're breaking laws, just keep crossing state lines. Exactly. That's how you fix it.
See, yes. Yeah. 100%.
I get it.
So when he gets back to Oklahoma, he goes to his friend Charlie's ranch, where he ends up hiding out in his hay shed for a few weeks because he's like, they are on my tail. They are suspicious of me.
Yeah.
I got to hide out in here.
Allergies going crazy.
Exactly. And the entire time he's in the hay shed, he is just hardcore binge drinking the entire time. Because what else are you going to do? You know what I mean?
He's bored. He's had a stuffed up nose for 2 weeks because he's just been laying in hay.
Right.
His eyes are all red and watery. He's like, I got to get drunk.
Literally me for the last month.
Yeah.
So once he feels like he's been hiding for enough time, like for them to kind of forget about him and his failed bank robbery, on October 4th, 1911, he targets another train that he was told had about $400,000 in cash.
Okay, wow.
This money was actually a royalty payment to the Osage Nation. I hope that's how you say it.
Osage Nation.
Osage Nation, which is a federally recognized Native American tribe in Oklahoma, which okay, not a good look if you take that.
Not a good look.
Just saying. I'm all for you robbing whatever corporation.
Steal from the government, but not
you want, but
probably not the small penance they're giving after committing genocide.
Probably not the best thing to take, in my opinion. But luckily for the Osage Nation, and unluckily for Elmer McCurdy, he unknowingly stopped a passenger train instead of the train with all the money.
Well, that's good.
Yes, it is.
I usually support stealing, but probably not this time.
Not this time. This time's a little murky. And he and his two friends were only able to get away with $46, a revolver, a coat, the conductor's watch, and most importantly, 2 60-liter containers of whiskey.
Well, yeah, that's what he was going to spend the money on.
I mean,
anyway.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that's a pretty good haul. You know what I mean? He's like on TikTok. He's like, let's check out my haul.
For one day of work, that seems pretty fair.
Pretty good.
A coat, a watch, 60
liters,
120 liters of whiskey.
A whiskey. That's so much.
That'll last him at least 4 days.
Right. So this really embarrassing robbery situation was printed in the newspaper, and it was called one of the smallest in history of train robbery.
God, it's cruel.
And it did embarrass Elmer.
That's what you get for trying to steal from the victims of genocide. Yeah. Like, come on, brother.
Yeah, it is what you get.
That is what you
get. What goes around comes around. Yeah. So Elmer, he's pretty upset about, once again, not scoring enough money. Because, like, at this point, I will give it to Elmer. He's gone through a lot in his life, okay?
Yeah.
He just wants enough money so he can retire. He can go off somewhere, live his life.
He's a tortured soul.
Yeah, he is. He is. But he ends up going back to the ranch, and he ends up chugging down all of the whiskey that he stole.
I told you.
Yeah.
It'll last him a solid 4 days.
And he didn't even get that far, frankly. But soon things for him just got worse. He ends up getting ill with tuberculosis. Then he gets a mild case of pneumonia and a disease called trichinosis, which is basically like worms in your system that cause diarrhea and vomiting.
Yeah.
And on top of all this, unbeknownst to him, there is a $2,000 reward out for Elmer McCurdy's capture for that train robbery.
Damn.
And he had no idea because he's just chugging whiskey.
The reward is higher than what he got away with.
Literally. Yeah. So in the wee morning hours of October 7th, 3 deputy sheriffs arrive at the ranch and bloodhounds track McCurdy to the hay shed.
Damn.
They had him surrounded, and Elmer, he comes out super drunk, and he actually was the first one to like shoot because he was just super drunk. He came out with the revolver that he stole from the train. And they end up having a shootout for almost an hour.
God, these people are terrible shots.
I know.
Both sides.
I know. Before Elmer...
He's drunk. What's your excuse?
That's what when I have read, because I read a quote from one of the sheriffs, and they were like, yeah, we were shooting for like almost an hour. And I was like, an hour? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy
That's
work.
actually crazy. But then eventually Elmer, he falls to the ground and was killed by a single gunshot wound to the chest. And he was only 31 years old.
And they only got one in him.
Only one. Yeah. And if things weren't already bad and like pretty messed up for Elmer McCurdy during his lifetime, it didn't really get much better after he was dead.
Mm-hmm.
So with nobody to claim his body because he had no family members at this time, like literally everyone was dead and his friends were all criminals.
Mm-hmm.
So no one's around for him. His body was taken to an undertaker named Joseph Johnson in Oklahoma. This guy was a fucking freakazoid. He clearly had no respect for the dead, which is crazy because he was literally an undertaker. So you would think maybe because this is his job, he would have a little respect for the dead, but he did not.
No, I think you have less respect for the dead the more you're around the dead because you realize that they're dead.
That's fair. That's a fair statement.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I could see like getting desensitized to the dead.
That is a fair statement.
It's kind of like when you've seen animals butchered or whatever, you kind of like it changes your perspective on that.
Right. Yeah. So he had Elmer's body stored in the back of the funeral home, but because no one was claiming him, he wasn't getting paid to like have this body.
Yeah,
just, like,
and he's
in
like,
storage.
I need to make money off of this.
Yeah.
Somebody grab the salt.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. I know the story well.
I know you do. Trust me. This is once again, I said this is a famous story. So he's like, well, I'm going to get paid one way or another. And he embalms the body with an arsenic-based preservative that's typically used to keep a body well preserved for a long period of time.
Mm-hmm.
He then dresses up Elmer in street clothes, puts a rifle in his hand, and stands him up in the corner of the funeral home and puts him on display for money. So he's like, okay, people, if you want to come see this corpse, this outlaw.
Yeah, that he like paints him like he's like this really famous outlaw, like
Right.
Jesse James type.
Exactly.
But he was kind of just a drunk loser who died immediately. His first shootout died.
And I think that that's a big part of why Elmer McCurdy is, I mean, there's other reasons that we'll get to that he's well known, but they did kind of paint him in the light of a Jesse James type.
Yeah.
Like he was they were like, yeah, he's just like him, you know? So he marketed this by giving Elmer a couple nicknames like the bandit who wouldn't give up, the mystery man of many aliases, the Oklahoma outlaw, and the embalmed bandit.
Mm.
Kind of cool.
Pay 2 cents to see him.
Exactly. And from here, it does get worse. Don't you worry, guys. People that wanted to see the corpse, they had to pay a nickel, which they had to put in his mouth. So Elmer McCurdy's corpse became a very popular attraction, with people showing up and plopping a nickel right in his mouth like
You
a slot
think that's
machine.
bad? Think about who's taking the nickels out.
I don't want to know.
Yeah.
I don't want to know.
Yeah.
This is why I don't do the slots.
Bad luck. Bad juju.
So after he kind of became like a well-known figure, like obviously like newspapers were reporting on him and stuff, popular carnival promoters started coming around, and they would offer to buy the corpse from Joseph Johnson, but he refused because he was making such a good amount of money from this. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to give away what I'm making, like my profit. Are
Yeah.
you crazy? But then on October 6th, 1916, two men that said their names were Aver and Wayne McCurdy show up to the funeral home, and they're like, what up, bro? We're Elmer's brothers from California, so he belongs to us. And they had actually also, before they even got to the funeral home, they had contacted the Osage County Sheriff and an attorney to get permission to have custody of the body.
Okay.
So Johnson was kind of like forced to hand him over.
Do you think they shook him to see if there was any nickels in there?
You think it was like
Maybe.
the change was like rattling around in there?
Maybe.
You never know.
They were like, we're keeping the nickels too.
Yeah. And Johnson's like, no, those are mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, the really sticky situation was that Elmer didn't have any brothers. So,
Imagine that.
Imagine that. So these men were actually James and Charles Patterson, who were owners of a traveling carnival. Yeah. So they had created this whole scheme to pretend to be his brother
To
and get
acquire
his,
the corpse.
which is like a little smart. A little smart. I'm sorry.
Listen, I'm just gonna say ABL, always be lying. This person's body's already being taken advantage of.
I know, dude. I do feel bad for his body. I'm not gonna lie, but it is crazy just like how little respect people have for this guy's corpse.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking wild. They're just like, yeah, give me that corpse, give me that body.
Yeah. I guess like for me, I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's because I want to be chummed up anyway.
Like, if this was you would be like, yeah, whatever, do it.
I'd be like, sick. That's awesome.
You'd be like, my body's just traveling around the world, and like people are putting my, like, whatever. That's fun.
hilarious.
Yeah, it is.
actually.
It is.
Yeah.
wild.
And if somebody lied to get my body to make, that's also funny.
It is funny because I do feel like so many people.
We wouldn't be talking about this guy if this didn't happen.
No,
like this
100%.
preserved his legacy.
100%. And
Yeah.
I agree with that. I think it's interesting that there are a lot of people in this world, right? That they're like, oh, respect the dead, like whatever. But I'm kind of on your train where I'm like, if I'm dead, this is kind of fucking hilarious.
This is the funniest bit that my dead body could be
Yeah.
committed to.
Like, it's pretty hilarious.
And like if I had to go out shot by a cop,
Right?
at least like fucking give me a fucking goofy ass afterlife.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and like I understand it, for some people it's like a religious thing,
Yes.
whatever. I am not religious. I think once I'm dead, I'm dead.
That's what I'm saying. Like, for you and
Yeah.
I'm more on your train where I'm like, no, this would be hilarious if I'm looking down or looking up.
Or up.
We never know.
We never know.
I'm gonna be like,
We're with the lady in white.
that's funny.
That's funny. That's
Yeah.
funny as hell. And I would go, thank you for preserving my legacy
Right.
of being hilarious.
Yeah.
Because I was also hilarious in life.
Exactly.
And now I'm hilarious in death.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't care just because, like I said, like I'm not religious. And if people are religious, that's good for you. You can care all you want.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't care.
No, I agree. I'm in.
And I'm not even like talking in the, oh, once you're dead, it's dead. That's it. Because I don't know. I'm pretty agnostic about that. But I just think whatever is the essence of me will be gone.
right.
So as long as you're not fucking me.
Yes, none of that.
We talked about that where I said, would you rather look down and realize you're getting cannibalized or necrophiliaed? And I think we both said cannibalized.
100%.
Yeah. Honestly,
At least eat me so you can stay alive.
I was literally about to say, I feel like getting cannibalized is actually more romantic than getting necrophiliaed.
I agree with that because I'm sorry, we're having like a serious conversation about this, I feel like. But I do agree with that because we are both organ donors, right?
Yeah.
So like technically, if you're eating me like you're saving your life, right?
Yeah.
So that's an organ donor.
Yeah.
Almost.
Even if you're not saving your life, as long as you didn't kill me to eat me,
Right.
That's fine. Whatever. I don't really care.
Me either.
It's fine. I don't know. Maybe you're just a really curious soul.
You just want to know what I taste like.
Yeah. You're like, mad cow disease be damned.
I hope it's chicken. So like I said, these guys, they tricked fucking Johnson. They were not his brothers. They were the Patterson brothers. And they started to feature Elmer as the outlaw who would never be captured alive.
That's right.
And he was their new attraction. But then in 1922, the Pattersons sold their carnival to a man named Louis Sonny, and he put Elmer's corpse in his traveling museum of crime, which featured wax figures of famous outlaws throughout history, such as
Jesse James.
Jesse James. See, you get it.
I get it.
Then in 1928, Elmer became the official sideshow attraction for the Trans-American Foot Race.
Okay.
And in 1933, Elmer was lent to a director named Dwayne Esper, who used him to promote his film Narcotic.
Okay.
He was placed in the lobby of a theater as the quote-unquote dead doped fiend.
Do you not think this guy would love this?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is cool. Like, I would be looking up or down, going...
Or sideways. Interdimensionally.
You never know. Going, oh my God, look at me. I'm everywhere.
I'm famous.
This is fun.
People are paying money to take pictures of me.
This is fun.
Yeah.
I'm not just like in the ground somewhere. Like, look at
Rotting.
me.
Yeah. Everybody wants to meet me.
I'm a Leo. This is what I live for.
100%. Yeah. And I'd be like, as a Taurus, this is great. I get to get all my fame and glory, but I get to sleep during it. I get to be asleep the whole time. This is great.
So this guy, this director, he created this like whole backstory about this guy, and he literally had people come view a real corpse before watching this movie.
That's awesome.
Which I just think is so fucking crazy.
I just fucking love it. I don't know. I love it.
No, I know. And at this point, Elmer McCurdy had been dead for 22 years.
Mm-hmm.
What Joseph Johnson, the Undertaker, had done to preserve his body, like literally 22 years before, was starting to wear off. And now he became mummified and his skin started to deteriorate.
Yeah.
So things are getting
weird.
Getting a little freaky with it. Then in 1949, Louis Sonny, the guy that had him in the Traveling Crime Museum, he ends up dying. And Elmer McCurdy's body was placed in a storage unit in a warehouse in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm. Getting to my favorite part.
I know. And the funny part is like the only thing that was recommended to me by Sam L., our cool kid, was the ending part.
This part, yeah.
So he was then lent out again to a filmmaker in 1964, where he made an appearance in the movie She Freak. So now he's a superstar.
He's a star.
He's a movie star.
He's a Hollywood star.
Yeah.
Sorry, this corpse is living his best afterlife.
He's living my dream.
He's living his best
this
afterlife.
Is literally my dream.
Like if you had to die to live this dream, you would.
I would die right now.
Yeah,
Actually,
absolutely. You'd be like, kill me. Where's the gun?
Yeah. In 1968, Sonny's son sold Elmer's body to the owner of the Hollywood Wax Museum, who brought him to be placed on display at a show at Mount Rushmore.
Mm.
And while he was there, because it was outside, his body got damaged in a windstorm, which blew off the tips of his ears, his fingers, and his toes.
You're like, those are valuable parts of this mummy.
It's not great. It's not great.
It's almost like he's getting his ashes scattered. I don't know, guys. He's a world traveler. There's two ways you can look at this. You can be like, this is so disrespectful and terrible. Or you can be like, they literally fucking showcased this guy nonstop, and he's kind of getting his fill. You're
not wrong.
I don't know. I would not hate this. If I found out this happened to one of my ancestors, I'd be like, that's sick.
That's actually fucking cool shit.
Pretty sick.
Yeah. So when he was returned back to the Hollywood Wax Museum, the owner was like, I can't put him on display looking like this. Like, this is actually frightening now. Like, he's looking a little gruesome here.
I picture he looks like the ghoul from the new Fallout series.
You know what? I don't know what that looks like, but I hear the word ghoul and I'm just picturing things.
You hear the word ghoul and you're like, Of course that's right.
Yeah. And I would like you to show me.
I'm pulling up a photo as we speak. It's played by Walter Goggins.
Ooh. Yes, that's exactly what I'm picturing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys just Google the Ghoul Fallout series or the Ghoul Walter Goggins, he's got, his nose is gone because he's like irradiated.
Right.
And he's got kind of like a fucked up skin texture situation.
Yeah,
happening.
that's probably maybe a little more than that even, but we're getting there. So then this guy ends up selling Elmer's corpse to a man named Ed Lurch. Ed Lurch, who is the owner of the Pike Amusement Zone.
Yes.
In Long Beach, California.
AKA literally where I live.
AKA literally what Cassidy says she's going to walk to for the Olympics in 2028. You know what I mean?
I seriously live right next door to the Pike.
Yeah.
So that's how I know this story so well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like everyone in Long Beach knows about this.
Yeah,
right?
it's a Long Beach classic story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on December 8th, 1976, a production for a TV series called The $6 Million Man is filming scenes for their Carnival of Spies episode. And they go to the Laugh in the Dark Funhouse at the Pike. And while they're filming, one of the prop guys goes to move what he believes is a wax mannequin that's like hanging up. But when he picked up the mannequin, I'm going to try to say this without throwing up. The arm falls off, revealing a human bone and muscle tissue.
Yes.
Cassidy, I would have dropped dead at this point.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't have been involved in this.
I mean, probably not.
You would have been like, I'm not going in there.
But
you move it. You would have made your assistant move it.
But I also would never in a million years think it was a real dead body.
Yeah.
I would have thought it was a mannequin as well.
Yeah, because why would you? That's insane.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if I would have seen that, I would have been like, oh, I would have just fainted.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, my time's up.
I think I just probably would have still assumed it was all fake.
Yeah, that makes sense too.
Like, I don't think I would have realized what was going on.
Right.
That's what I think. Like, I would have been like, ooh, look at this arm I pulled off. And someone's
You
like,
would have been like showing it to people.
yeah, like making jokes.
Yeah.
Doing some little funny little guys. Like, hey, good to see you. Handshake.
And they're like, what's coming off that?
And they're like, that reeks.
So obviously the police get called and they take the corpse to the Los Angeles coroner's office where they conduct an autopsy, which this autopsy pretty much like gave them enough clues to piece together who this person was.
Got it. Okay.
So it was quickly determined that this body was a human male who died from a gunshot wound to the chest. Some of the hair was still intact, but the ears, fingers, and toes were all missing from the windstorm.
Yeah. Mount Rushmore.
It's still there if you go look to this day. The autopsy also revealed that the tissue had arsenic on it, which was used in the embalming fluid in the early 1900s. They then discovered that the body had tuberculosis in the lungs, which he had.
Yes.
And they determined that the bullet jacket was from a device used between 1905 and 1940.
Yeah.
So they were like kind of like piecing together bits and pieces
timeline.
of this.
Yeah.
But the biggest clue was that inside the mouth of the corpse,
tell me there's a nickel.
they found a penny from 1924 and ticket stubs to the Louis Sonny Museum of Crime.
Yep.
Stuffed in his mouth.
No, this checks out. Like I told you, they gotta shake him like a little
like a
piggy bank.
So the investigators, after obviously finding out what's in his mouth, they contact Dan Sonny, who is able to officially confirm that this was indeed the corpse of Elmer McCurdy.
Okay.
And on April 22nd, 1977, 66 years after this man died, Elmer McCurdy was buried in Summit View Cemetery in Guthrie, Oklahoma. There was a graveside service that 300 people attended.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
See, he's famous.
He's famous. I know. And to make sure nobody would ever steal Elmer's body ever again, 2 feet of cement was poured over his casket.
All right.
And that is the story of the outlaw, Elmer McCurdy / the corpse that was found in the Long Beach
Pike,
Funhouse, which I know a lot of people have asked us to cover throughout the years.
Yes, yeah.
So there you have it.
It's a Long Beach classic.
It is.
I can't believe when you were telling it, I was like, I swear I've covered this story.
We've never covered it. We mentioned
I probably have mentioned it.
We mentioned it a few times, especially when we did like the fucking haunted house episode.
Yes.
We talked about it.
Yeah.
But we've never actually covered Elmer McCurdy.
Him.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it. I think he's a star. I think if you gotta go, that's the way to go.
And also, like, full respect here when we're saying this, because we as 2 people genuinely think that would be a cool way to go out. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not.
Like, this is we're saying this with the utmost respect,
brother. I'm literally saying I think that's cool as shit.
Yeah.
And like that, once again, like I'm saying, like there's people who are like really, really crazy about bodies and whatever because of religious or because of cultural ideas. That's fine. I just don't have those.
Right.
So to me, I'm just like, hell yeah, brother.
That's what I'm saying.
You got to tour the fucking country.
I'm like, this is cool as shit.
You weren't a very good outlaw.
But you know what? You went down in history.
And now, yeah, we would not be talking about you otherwise.
Exactly.
Because you didn't really do anything that interesting.
Right.
Alive.
I know. But I love him.
Yeah, I think that's great. Okay, I have 2 questions for you.
Okay.
First of all, if you were an outlaw, what do you think your name would be?
Ooh. Okay. I always feel like an outlaw needs like alliteration.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily true. Like Calamity Jane is like a great one.
It is a good one.
And that's not alliteration.
But it kind of almost feels like it.
Butch Cassidy, that's a great one.
Butch Cassidy's a great one.
Not alliteration.
And you can't steal that one.
I can't. Unfortunately, I would really like to.
So what would you do?
I asked you.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Because all I'm trying to think of is alliteration. Like I'm thinking Amazing Amanda, but that just sounds like a magician.
I knew you were gonna say that.
That sounds like a magician. The Amazing Amanda. She's coming out on the stage.
I feel like if you were an outlaw, respectfully.
Whatever, insult me. I don't care.
It's not an insult. You're not the bravest.
No.
Like you wouldn't be like running into a gunfight.
Hell no.
But you absolutely would be like using your charms to like talk to people. So I feel like it would have to be something like that.
The sexy siren.
Yeah, like the illustrious Amanda.
Oh, I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
And they'd be like, oh man, she shows up and you just can't look away. You know what I mean?
Girl, you don't have to tell me twice. Stamp that. Put it on my gravestone.
I will. As I sell your corpse to travel the country. After
I better be fucking famous after I die. And I swear to God.
Also, okay, I asked this question recently and I can't remember if you were involved or if it was just Kate, but did y'all not mummify chicken wings when you were like in 5th grade?
I've never done that.
Okay, when I was in 6th grade, when I was in 6th grade, we mummified chicken wings, or I guess it would have been like drumettes or whatever.
Yeah,
like the drums,
the drumsticks.
Yeah, and when we did our ancient Egypt thing about mummification, we mummified chicken drums, and we washed them in salt and did all the stuff and mummified them with gauze and everything. You guys didn't do that?
I definitely did not do that.
Maybe I just went to a sick ass fucking elementary
school.
Sounds like they were fucking down because we were fucking mummifying shit.
That's pretty sick.
It was actually really cool, and it was like a really interesting understanding of like curing and all this. I mean, all the stuff that they were doing back then. Like it like actually really got me into like. There's a reason I remember it to this day.
Right.
Yeah.
All I know is that we had to dissect frogs in 3rd grade, and I ran out of the room crying my eyes out and saying, I'm going to throw up, and my teacher screamed at me. So
we dissected cow eyeballs and frogs, and we had a very different reaction when I got home that day. My mom said, how was school? And I said, Mom, what's a job where I get to dissect stuff?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
And she was like, serial killer? Please don't do that.
Real.
Yeah. Well, illustrious Amanda.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Calamity
sharing
Cassidy.
that.
I don't know.
How about we round this out with a listener story?
Let's do it.
Okay. So this is from Jay.
Hi, Jay.
And Jay says, hello. I have something to share that literally happened yesterday.
Okay.
It did not happen yesterday. This was from December.
Got it.
So last week, my mom passed away after a long battle with stage 4 cancer.
Oh my God, Jay.
The worst part was seeing her in pain while she was alive, so it honestly feels like a mercy that she's at rest now. I've also been through that with somebody who was in stage 4 cancer. It's like,
yes,
yeah.
you have.
She was in hospice for a while, and the day she passed, a couple of folks with the music therapy program were in her room singing to her and playing them on the guitar. When they asked for requests, we weren't really sure what they would be able to do on such short notice, so we suggested Material Girl by Madonna.
Good song.
Because my mom was hugely into 80s pop and Madonna specifically. In fact, the entire 18 hours she was in hospice, we had her phone by her pillow playing 80s pop nonstop. That's such a great idea.
I was going to say, that's like
I'll be playing
my
the Jonas Brothers for you. You know what I mean?
You could play the Jonas Brothers. I mean, I would.
That's what you would want.
That is what I would want.
That would 100% be the last thing you would want to hear is the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Like,
I was going to say, I also love 80s pop, but yeah, the Jonas Brothers.
Come on, like, let's be real.
No,
yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Maybe even Jonas Christmas. Doesn't matter if it's Christmas, you're dying.
Like It's Christmas is my favorite song.
I know. But girl, once again, I know. We weren't really sure if she could hear at all during that time, but we wanted to assume that she did. She ended up passing shortly after they finished playing Material Girl for her. So I want to think that was the last thing that she heard. Aww. And I love that. Like I just said, like,
I love that.
I love that. Like the idea, I'd never even thought of that. Like the idea of hearing your favorite song, like right before you pass. Like that's actually so freaking beautiful. I love that. Anyway, yesterday was her funeral and we all went out for lunch afterwards. It was a restaurant none of us had ever been to before. It was a cocktail bar of some kind. And as we entered, we got seated and the song playing in that moment was Material Girl by Madonna.
Stop it. I just got chills all over my fucking body.
The last song my mom heard playing an hour after we had buried her, it was so spooky. I felt like she was there eating dinner with us. On the way home, one of the most beautiful sunsets I've ever seen colored the entire sky, and I like to think that was her speaking to us too. I told her in hospice that after she passed that I wanted her to give me a sign in the form of shooting stars. Not sure if she even heard me, so it was really just wishful thinking. But I really want to believe that sunset that we saw was from her. Still keeping an eye out for more shooting stars too. She told my brother that she wanted to send us butterflies as a sign, but since it's winter, I wanted to choose something else. Anyway, it was nice to feel her presence in an unexpected way. We were close, and none of us have gotten used to not hearing her voice every day, but think that this is such a sweet story rather than a sad one. It's definitely what she would have wanted. Stay spooky, friends.
Did you pick that on purpose?
I did not.
That's crazy.
I did not.
Like, speaking of what people would have wanted after their death, right?
And also, for the record, the sun is a star, so you seeing the most amazing sunset you've ever seen, to me, I'm like, yeah.
Also, I'm sorry, but like, Jay, the sign was you walking into the restaurant and hearing Material Girl.
Yeah,
that was
absolutely.
Your mom. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, 100%.
That was 1,000% your mom.
100%. And I hope now that spring has sprung, because you sent this obviously during the winter of last year, I hope now that spring has sprung, you're seeing some butterflies.
Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Jay, for sharing that. And I'm very sorry for your loss, but I am very happy for your mother's peace because I know how difficult and painful that can be. Yeah. But if you guys have a story you would like to share with us, you can do that at dtkpod.com/contact. You can also find our Patreon, ways to review us, and other things like that there. But we mostly just want to say we are so thankful for you guys. We've had so many episodes and so many great stories left to tell. So thank you for supporting the show, and we hope to keep doing this for a long time.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. But most importantly, make sure you keep that front door locked.
Make sure you keep your mind open.
And keep drinking the Kool-Aid.